Hey y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all get in here, please. I know we earlier than we normally are. I know we're earlier than we normally are, but we gotta go over some stuff. So, how y'all doing? Okay, so I made a mistake. So listen, let me tell you, I look weird right now. Well, I may always look weird, I don't know. But definitely right now, because I did something strange, I had to change what a part was on my hair. Because y'all know I normally part on this side. But like me parting over here was like more the gray kept showing. So I moved it and I was trying to hide the gray and now it looks funny. So, I think I may have to just push it back and just hope the gray don't show. Because I look weird when my hair parted to the wrong side. Are y'all like that too? Like if you part your hair on the side you're not normally used to parting it on, you look funny to yourself? Because I just looked at myself on this screen and was like, no. No. I understand, I'm trying to hide the gray or whatever, but that was a no go, honey. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something different. I'm sorry. I know that's, real unprofessional or whatever, but we're gonna just toss it to the other side. And I want y'all to just forgive me and pretend you didn't see that. Am I the only one that's only comfortable parting their hair on one side? Is it just me? Because I try to switch it and flip it, and then it's like by the time you look at yourself, you're like, "Ooh, girl, what you do that for?" That's how I felt right then. I looked in them, because I hadn't been paying attention. Y'all know I don't be staring in the mirror no more. And so when I popped on here and I saw myself, I was like, "Oh, girl, move that part." It was looking crazy. I was about to have a severe dysmorphia day. My head was giving basketball with a wig on it. And this ain't even no wig, but it was starting to look crazy. I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I had to switch it out. Had to switch that out real quick. Okay, who up in here? Bianca the Beautiful. It's Thursday, y'all. Don't forget, random acts of kindness today. One stranger, one smile Thursday is still popping. Make sure you do something kind for somebody. You don't have to know them. It's preferable if you don't know them. But Bianca the Beautiful, our head archangel, is in the chat and she's telling y'all to hit the like button, grab your snacks. If you at work, remember, fake sneeze, fake cough. If you got to laugh, happy to be happy is like number 6. Hey, girl. Okay, my Christian Key is like number 7. Hey, Bookie. Yvette, all the way from Birmingham, UK. What up, boo? She's like number 5. My girl believes in JB. Hey, sis. Thank you for being number 8. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of the lovely ladies are rolling in. Sharon Middleton is number 5. Hey, my boo. How you doing? It's Quiet Storm 87. How is our princess? How is she? Is she still allowing you and your husband to stay in the house? Like, we know she's a generous princess. Is she still allowing you guys to stay with her for now? I like it. Please tell her we said hello and we pay our respects to the monarchy. Okay. Ms. Kaiser Sose is number 10, listening and doing her domestic stuff. All right. Ain't nothing like a clean house, girl. Ain't nothing like it. Too adorable. Thank you for being number 11. Hey, boo. Hey. Listen, listen. D Crazy, D Amazing, DS is here and she's running the reflection corner. Something tells me y'all gonna need a reflection corner today because we are going over the reunion looks. And I have thoughts, and I want to know y'all's thoughts too, baby. I have thoughts. Like thoughts. Real thoughts. Miss Lovely T, thank you for being number 18. D Serentinas. Hey, love. Thank you for being number 16. Glad to see you. Thank you, Belize and JB. You always so kind. Girl, look, I tried it. Moving apart that far on the other side. Oh, I tried it. I tried it. You do the middle part. I did for the longest. And then my head just kept looking bigger and bigger. And like after a while, and my head started looking like a blow pop, I stopped parting it in the middle. I did. Girl, my head was just getting bigger. And I was like, "Ooh, girl, we're going to move this part." We had to go off center after a while. You like to part your hair, you part your hair the same since 1999. I have moved that part over the years. It made its way to the center. Early 2000s. Early 2000s, I had a part down the center era. And then my head just kept getting bigger, and we went right back to this side. Hey, Megaline Lamar, thank you for being number 22. Thank you, thank you. Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady, is in the house, and she's reminding y'all on top of the like button, make sure you hit the engagement button, the circle with the heart emoji. Hit any emoji you want because it sends me bubbles, and I be needing them bubbles, okay? Y'all know I'm sensitive. I am sensitive. Not really. But about my bubbles and my likes, I kind of am a little bit because it matters, like it's engagement. Inel, thank you for being number 12. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Deborah Randall is here. Housewives Talk is legal. Y'all, she be clowning in the comment section over on Bravo Shade Room. Listen, when y'all be on them blogs, watch for your sister because she be really tripping in there. She be tripping. Hey, Deborah, thank you for being 25, girl. Sean Living Life, how you doing? Thank you for being number 24. I appreciate you. Amanda K. Hey, boo. How you doing? I'm glad you made it. Y'all hit the like button, Pisces B. Hey, it's so good to see you. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm glad y'all are here. Glad you're here. What you say? You always got the side part on the right side. I can dig it. I can dig it. Lisa Triggs, hey, thank you for being number 27. Trina Taylor, hey, boo, hit the like button. Don't cheat me on the like. Don't do it. Let's make sure we got everybody off Instagram real quick. Yeah. And we're going to talk about Peter too, because I don't understand. Peter not on this show. Peter not in nothing. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about him first. We're going to get him out the way. So listen, thank you for being 29, Pisces B. Thank you for being 30, Trina. Thank you, thank you. So listen, we got to talk about the fact that Simon is online crying and stuff. Sir, you signed a prenup. The judge enforced it. Philly Joy, thank you for being number 30. Happy Thursday. Thank you, thank you. So he crying about that, like, I don't want to hear, oh, I got targeted. Y'all targeted each other, Negro. We're going to get into the Simon of it all. I promise you we're going to get into it. Then I got a couple of comments about that interview that Porsha did too. We got to deal with the fact that Peter Thomas, like, sir, you need to be worrying about something other than what's going on with the Housewives people. Why are you not handling your business? Deborah, I don't know why he's not in jail because he reported that he was reporting to jail and now we see you online. It's the fact that he is obsessively, like, this is second time talking on Porsha. Like, you ain't never had no dealings with this girl. Like, was you lusting after that woman or something? What's wrong with you? We're going to talk about Peter too. And we're going to talk about the fact that almost everybody in here Sunday thought it was Britt Edie that paid them people to go, pay somebody to go and tell Angela something about Charles was, Uncle Charles tricking and treating and whatnot. In the back of my mind, I'm going to be honest. Can I be honest? Thank you for being 31, Miss Nisi. I forgot to say that. Can I be honest? In the back of my mind, I thought it was Porsha. I ain't going to hold y'all. I thought it was Porsha. I ain't even fronting. Like, in the back of here. Like, we went in Discord after we got off of here Sunday. Me and Belize and JB and Bianca, they can tell you. And I'm like, as I asked them, I'm like, can't it be Porsha? I was really thinking it could have been Porsha because I was like, no. I was kind of busy last night, Deborah. I ain't even gonna hold you. And so I really thought it was Porsha. Belize and JB say she thought it was Phaedra. A couple of y'all thought, but most everybody thought it was Britt. I really didn't think it was Phaedra. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, first of all, you a lawyer. Like, why would you play like that? Because I'm thinking if Charles Oakley had heard that and it went sideways and that man caused damage or somebody got hurt, like, you could have been liable. They could have sued you. I really wouldn't think she'd have did that. Plus, she was the one up there playing sister girl, giving her good advice. Don't talk to that man. You don't need to know that man. So I really didn't think it was Phaedra. In the back of my brain, I was like, I wonder if Porsha did this. I thought about Britt. I'm like, it better not be her because you didn't even go to the reunion. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Porsha's sneaky. She a snake. Like, she really will do some stuff and then pretend she don't know about it. So I was like, could it be Porsha? Say me too because Britt is broke. Dang. So you thought it was probably Porsha too. Okay, so at least I'm not the only one that thought that. Because I was like, well, maybe I'm just being biased because, what I think of her. But never would have thought it was Phaedra. And then I had to think. Yeah, I was like, it can't be Phaedra. I said that. Y'all know me. If I said it, I'm going to own it. I said it. I really did not believe it was Phaedra. I ain't believe that. I really, in the back of my mind, thought it was Porsha that probably paid that man to go say that to Angela. I really did. And I was like, well, maybe not, because they seem like they made up. But I know Porsha to be a snake. I know Porsha to be sneaky. I know her to do dirt and then pretend like I don't know what they talking about. I didn't do it. So I thought so. Amanda K says she thought it was one of the bloggers because I'm always seeing bloggers in the background. And a lot of y'all said it could have been production, and I absolutely believe that could have been possible. DS said that's why Phaedra told Angela to leave it alone. But that doesn't make sense, though. Why would you send the man and then say, leave it alone? You obviously wanted her to engage in it. You obviously wanted her to be worried about it. Y'all see I done started running my mouth? Okay. But we're going to talk about it because, see, it's some things. There are things. There are things that we need to discuss, right? D. Saratina said, I knew it was her, but I still don't rule out Porsha knowing. Well, Porsha knowing don't make her culpable. You know what I'm saying? Knowing about something and participating is two different things. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I mean? I really thought it was her. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I thought she knew and she didn't warn Angela. Like, who is she to warn Angela? Angela hasn't been nice to anybody this season. So I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't look for nobody to be warning Angela. But I also feel like I'm not comfortable with the targeting of Black marriages on Bravo. I'm not. And I got thoughts. Let me get y'all comments and make sure I've greeted everybody. We're going to do some housekeeping. And we're going to talk about that real quick before we dig into these looks. Deborah said, I was kind of thinking it was Candy or her clique to set up Phaedra. I mean, it could still be that. Now, Deborah, that you know what I'm saying? Until we hear out of Phaedra's mouth that, yeah, it was me and this is why, we don't know that. I'm going to just be honest. We don't know that. Running up on somebody like, oh, I'm going to tell about you being an S offender, and you know what I'm saying? Because we got the mugshot for that, too. I may as well send that so we could pull that up on the screen as well, since we over here gossiping and stuff, because y'all know that's what we going to do. That don't mean that man told you, you know what I'm saying, the straight truth. So all of that, all of those things could very well equal that we don't know that we got the right person. We know that's who Angela says it is because that's what the man told her. But somebody with this type of record, do we know if he's telling the truth? He could be telling the truth. I mean, Phaedra is a lawyer. You know, she said there's a connection to Athens, Georgia, that the man's one of his relatives or sister went to high school with Phaedra's brother or something. So it's highly possible. You know what I mean? I don't know. She could have. She could have known. Let's be honest. She could have. But at the end of the day, as long as she didn't do it, she don't owe Angela nothing. Angela's not been a nice person to anybody. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do all kind of stuff and then expect people to like block for you. Like, that ain't how that works. But yeah, I want to have a little talk about Phaedra and the implications with this, because that's definitely playing dirty. Yvette said, I thought Phaedra at first from the preview, but I thought Phaedra could not be so silly again, and I was adamant it was Britt. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was Britt. She wasn't my first thought, but it was possible, I guess. You know, it was possible. But I'm gonna be honest, in the back of my mind, I was like, I wonder if this is Porsha. This could be Porsha. And it wasn't. So sorry, Porsha. Sorry, girl, but I was suspecting you. I was really suspecting you. DS, I only thought it was Brit because her man could have paid the guy with tail and tongue. And she's opened the reflection corner with a 21-second violation. Thank you, DS, for opening that reflection corner. And on that note, the housekeeping. Make sure you hit the like button, share this video, like this video, comment, hit your engagement button, send up bubbles. Make sure you greet everyone. If y'all have to curse in my chat, please make sure that you misspell your curse words. If someone is new, this is your first time hanging with us, please let us know in the chat or just type FTL for first time live. And we want to welcome you personally and individually to the front porch where we get our gossip on. Also, no bickering, arguing, disrespect of any kind in my chat is tolerated. Make sure you respect our moderators, respect your host. We're friendly, we're nice, we want you to have a good time. And this is a safe place so you can crack any joke you want. Remember, no bickering. Everybody has a fave. Everybody likes somebody that somebody else don't like. Okay? Except me. I don't like anybody on this show right now because the only one I liked from the show is Nene, and she's not on the show. Okay. So just always keep that in mind. Somebody in the chat may like somebody that you think is horrible, and somebody may think that your fave that you just love is terrible, and that's okay. Y'all can debate, agree to disagree. You see somebody cracking on your fave, don't lose your mind. If you real sensitive, maybe come back when we're talking about some people you're not so crazy about. But that's kind of what we do. You know, we crack and we roast and we drag. We have a good time. But yeah, no bickering, no disrespect. And remember, our moderators are here to keep the chat safe for you. So always respect the moderators and try to do what they ask you to do, because they're not going to ask you to do anything that's not for, the safety of the chat. And they're going to crack jokes right along with you and everything. So please have a good time while you're here. Pisces B said, remember when Phaedra met with Nene's sister to set her up, not to mention Candy, Phaedra is not above this. We never said she was. Like, we know she's not above it. We know she's not above it, because isn't she how Marlo got on the show? Like, we know she's not above it. Come on. Like, let's not be crazy. I just didn't think that this was her because of the fact that there was so much potential for damage and a potential, like, if things got out of control and damage was done, there was liability. Like, she could have been sued or something. So I really didn't think that a lawyer would do something that reckless. Lord Bianca says she can't stand that lady. I know that's right, B. Too Adorable say, I thought she was smarter because she got kicked off for BS with Candy. She didn't get. See, this is the thing. Let me explain something to y'all. This is why you get to thinking crazy stuff. It's because y'all don't keep the story straight. Like, is it that y'all forgot what happened, or do we need to go back down memory lane? Because we can go. Sing it in the chat. Come on. Back down memory lane. They didn't kick her off for spreading that rumor. Phaedra ended up without that job because they asked her to apologize and she would not do it. My question after all these years has been, why did she not apologize? Why was she not willing to apologize? And quite frankly, when she came back this time and she addressed it, she still never really apologized for spreading the rumor. Like, she gave a word salad, but she never really bluntly apologized for spreading that rumor. Or, well, let me not say spread, because that's not factually honest either. She told Porsha, and Porsha told Candy. So I can't really say she spread it, because I don't know that she went person to person spreading it. So I don't want to say anything that's not true about anybody. Okay? But she ended up without that job because she refused categorically refused to apologize. And I have never understood why she didn't do that. She came in, actually saying, I heard Charles Oakley got married and his wife's on the show. And then after that, then she started cracking jokes. And it was like, okay, that's Phaedra being Phaedra. But I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know whether they told her, like, go shake her up or what they told her. And that could be what it is. That might be why they brought her back. Like, go shake it up. Go, this chick, get her. I like our conversation and comments too. I want to hear Phaedra speak to make my decision. Yeah, I kind of want to hear what she got to say too. Oh, thank you. Hey, Humble Wise. How you doing? You say Phaedra came in targeting Angela. Yeah, it's kind of making me feel like production was like, get her. And at this point, I'm tired of production painting targets on people, even if it's people I don't like. Like, I'm tired. What's up, Queena? She working and listening. I know a lot of the ladies in here working and listening. I know y'all gotta be. Wait a minute. Marcus and Alex were invited to cook off by Kelly's assistant. I think his name is Lamont. Deborah, is that what you sent me? Where you sent it to me at? On Instagram? Wait a minute. Wait. Did you? Okay. Whoa. Y'all, this might change the color of the situation. Y'all, this may change the color of the situation. One more time. This may change the color of the situation. Deborah. Now, okay, let's get this straight right now. Now, do y'all understand why I say Housewives talk is only legal when Deborah Randall is here? This is why, in order to be in compliance with RHOA gossip regulations, we need Deborah Randall present. This is why. Yeah, girl. Hey. You know what? Belize and JB, Bianca, front and center. Didn't I tell y'all in the Discord I thought it was suspicious? I'm twirling my neck. Like that boy lied and said Riley was doing, because Riley wasn't doing that. But I'm going to twirl my neck. Didn't I tell y'all in the Discord that it was suspicious? That the first thing Kelli did was say, I don't have nothing to do with this. She wasn't mad that man disrupted her event. She didn't check him for trying to make a scene or get attention at her event. She didn't say, who the hell brought him in here? First thing out her mouth was, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Who does that but somebody who got something to do with it? Who do that except somebody who got something to do with it? I said that. Wait a minute. Belize and JB, Bianca, didn't I say that? I said that. Wait a minute. I could be wrong. We're going to listen to this audio. Sean said, I can believe it was Phaedra. What's scuzzy about it is that dude is on that list, stay away from the kids list. Yeah, he is on the stay away from the children list. We're going to pull up his mugshot. We're gonna see something. Phaedra and Kelli look suspicious when I watched it back. Amanda K said, don't nobody like who she like. What happened to what comment? Help me. Yep. Exactly, Trina Taylor. Everybody forget that conveniently. You know why? Because he's a man. So they want an excuse to forgive him. But we can't stand the woman that repeated it. You know how they do when it comes to black men. Most black men. You know how they do. Hey Ashley Kane, how you doing, girl? Happy Thursday. Wait. Mm-mm. Hey, Auntie Kim. I'm so glad you made it. Because, girl, look like we got some mess on deck. I'm sorry. We're going to get to the fashions, but if we got mess, we get into the mess. She didn't want to apologize. She wouldn't do it. That's why that lady ended up off that show. She refused. And the thing is, when she told Porsha that stuff, I have no way of knowing that she knew Porsha was going to be dumb enough to repeat it. Now, maybe she could estimate how dumb Porsha was. I don't know. But I don't know. If she really did this, we gonna listen to this audio. I'm telling y'all that right now. We listening to this audio. Now, the only question is, do y'all want to do it on this stream or do you want to come back and do it another time? I feel like we all here. We may as well listen now. Porsha also didn't want to apologize. She basically told Ken to move on at the reunion, but they did not require Porsha to apologize. That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. I personally don't feel like nobody owed nobody an apology except the person who created the rumor. But don't nobody want to talk about that because he's a man. And y'all protect black men. Don't start me. Right. Candy went back and told the girls. That's right. Now that's what happened. Let's keep it all the way straight. All the way straight. She told Porsha that she heard it with her own ears from Candy and Todd. That's why Porsha believed her. Right. Now she lied. Then talk about that. But the whole whatever, stop it. Stop it. All she had to do was just apologize, even if you ain't mean it, apologize. But people have pride and they will not apologize for things. It's even when they know it's the simplest route to fixing the problem. This the thing. Just like she cried and said, I'm not gonna film with her if you bring her back. She could have cried and had them people cut it and said it was a liability and it damaged her character. It never even had to be on the air. It never had to be on the air. But once she ran around and told everybody else on camera it was gonna be on the air, Candy knew what she was doing. Y'all be playing, pretending like y'all don't see that lady dirt. Yeah, we ain't gonna hit the nitty gritty to the reunion, but I sure want to hear what them men got to say. Thank you for being number 50, child. It was about 3 a.m. I got it ready to go. Ready to go. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what I'm saying. She lied to the girl. She say she heard it with her own ears. She told a lie. But I'm gonna say this. Let's go back up to this now. Let's go back up to this. That's why she apologized to Porsha, but she would not. She refused to apologize to Candy. I peeped that way back. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess she felt like she had a principle or something. I did not see him toast with Kelli. Thank you, Belize and JB and Bianca. I did say that. I told y'all Kelli was suspicious to me. Who the hell? Okay, think about this. You got an event. It's a cook-off. This your job. You promoting your business. You doing the waffle thing. It's a big thing. You in Williams Sonoma. I love all these stuff. Everybody love Williams Sonoma. However, this man comes in, he disrupts your event, and you don't say who the hell brought him here. You don't check them. You don't have no attitude. You're not agitated. I don't have nothing to do with it. To me, it was like, who the hell immediately announced they don't have nothing to do with it? She did not go around acting like she was afraid of Candy. Y'all killed me trying to rewrite history. Porsha was up there being slick, thought she had some tea, and she was snaking her neck. I heard you wanted to do X, Y, and Z to me. She was not acting afraid of Candy. Not at all. At all. How she, please explain to me how she was acting like she was afraid of that lady and talking about her, she could smell her coochie and all this other stuff. You don't remember that when Candy told her, I heard you wanted to, eat my stuff, and she was like, I wouldn't eat nothing I could smell from across the room. That is not the talk of somebody that's scared. Stop making, y'all listen, stop. Y'all cannot rewrite history when it's convenient. You cannot. The only person we saw Porsha be phony and act like she was afraid of was Lanithia. When she lied and act like Lanithia touched her and pulled her belt when she was pregnant. When they was all trying to rush in Nene's closet. That's the person she acted like she was afraid of. And that was some bull crap, knowing that lady was over there stressed out and her husband was dying. I think production want us to think it was Phaedra. Because if it was Kelli, that would mean production absolutely put her up to it. She read that comment and said domestic things are important. Oh, okay. Let me get out y'all conversation. My bad. I have to mind my business. I'm not going to ever mind my business, but I'm going to try. Auntie Kim say, mess must be investigated and reported, so I'm glad that I didn't miss you roasting the horrid fashion. Yeah, honey, we going to get it. We going to get it. Yeah, he owed him apologies. But you know what, Miss Nisi? Carlos is never going to apologize because the majority of the fans of the black franchises are black women, and black women are notorious for never holding black men accountable. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. They can shoot a black woman. They can beat a black woman. They can chip a black woman's tooth like Halle Bailey. And black women, by and large, are going to kumbaya, hold hands around a campfire and say, free him. Don't bother him. She's the bad one. So that's who started it. But they're going to pretend they don't see that because they want to watch his shows and they want to watch his YouTube channel and they want to sit up. Ooh, Carlos, you seen Carlos' new show? That's just what they are. And he's never apologized. He's never apologized. Ever. And continues to lie and play the game because he know that the public is going to go after the woman involved and let him off scot-free. So he jumps on whatever hate train is rolling when it comes to the woman. Like, I peep game. I peeps game. Yeah, but the problem is, look at, I'm just saying, look at how we roll. I'm a sister too. I ain't never acted like that, but I'm still a sister, so I'm a part of it too, in a way, because I'm connected. Don't front. That's all I'm saying. Don't front. Because y'all, I can't stand Phaedra. I hate Phaedra. She irked my nerves. That man can poot in the wind. Y'all run in the seat. Carlos pooted. Let's see what's in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to admit that black women have some internalized misogynoir. I'm just saying. Deborah Randall said, I've always thought it could have been true. Candy come on to the show with her ex talk. I remember watching Candy Coded Nights, the talk that made Nene embarrassed, talking about freak numbers and such. Right. Really low class, really trashy, and I never liked it from day one. Never liked it from day one. What I did think, Deborah, was the fact that if it was said at all, that Candy was probably joking. Like, I don't believe that if her or Todd said anything like that, I think it probably was a joke. It got taken out of context, blown out of proportion, and then it got repeated. And that's what I think, honestly. I don't think that as much as I don't like Carlos, like, let's be very clear, I do not like Carlos King, right? As much as I don't like him, I don't think it got pulled out of thin air. Because let us not forget that him and Kandi at a time were super, super close. So I think it could have been a joke. And I do think it could have been taken out of context, or something was said and he thought that's what he heard. I don't think he pulled it out of thin air. Not saying that. What I'm saying is, I think he repeated a joke, or maybe he knew it was a joke. Maybe he repeated it as a joke, and then Phaedra repeated it maliciously to make it sound like it wasn't a joke, or to make it sound, more lascivious or more salacious than it was, and didn't express to Porsha that, child, they was joking around. And Porsha, being the dumb that she is, went and repeated it to Kandi, thinking, ooh, I got a one up on you because I heard this and that. And the rest is history. You know what? It could have been because of all that stuff with Apollo. I don't know. I can't, I can't, say what's going on in nobody's mind. It's not about whether it's true or not, B. You get stuck on that part every time. It's not about whether it was true or not. If somebody told a joke, anybody could tell a joke. I don't think that Porsha legitimately thought that Kandi was going to harm her. I don't think that. I don't think that in a million years. I think what Porsha was trying to do was one up Kandi and like, oh, you want me so bad, child. I heard y'all wanted to do this and that. And I think that's because that's how it came off. It never came off like she had a legitimate fear that Kandi or Todd was going to do something to hurt her. Like, I don't think so. And I personally feel like anything that was said, it was a joke. And I don't believe Kandi would do that to anybody. I'm not going to speak on Todd because he's a man, and I don't put nothing past a man. Yeah, no. Porsha was not afraid at no dinner. Porsha was like, who said that? Because she had done made comments about Kandi being a lesbian, and she didn't want to own up to the fact that she said it. And she came back and admitted that, she said that because she couldn't believe it. It came back to pop her. Okay, Quiet Storm say, I know one black woman who ain't watching nothing to do with Carlos King. If you know me, you know too. Okay, Humble Wise say some people support Carlos solely because of their dislike for Andy. That's a piss poor reason I can't stand Andy Cohen. I dislike him so much I would buy a plane ticket to his funeral, and I never met him. But that still is not going to make me like Carlos King, because he's done too many things that are problematic toward black women. And I'm not going to pretend like I don't see it because I want to watch a show, or because I think that his, feminine energy is so adorable that I just got to watch you and your affectations. Like, I'm just not interested. Amanda said Phaedra probably never apologized to Kandi because she was pissed. Kandi was still hanging with Apollo, filming with Apollo, and keeping his stuff at her place. Maybe that's why. Like, y'all might be onto something. We explore everything. Bianca said, I can't stand Phaedra, but I run to see what she doing too. I'm going to need y'all to not be able to stand Carlos King too. Deborah Randall said, I can't stand Carlos King. He exploits women. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that more than anything, he exploits black women. And that's where I have a problem. And he proved it. Like, let's be for real. Can we? Can we? Do y'all mind if we be for real for a second? Hold on. I just want to, I just want the opportunity to be very for real, really quick. This is the same man who brought Erica Mena on his YouTube platform to give her the opportunity to add spin and context to her calling a black woman a monkey. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. And y'all will still go running to give him views and ratings and put money in his pocket. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's all. That's all. Like, at the end of the day, anybody that proves themselves to be an enemy to black women and you're still flocking to them, check yourself. Miss Nisi says she was still talking to Cynthia and they had Apollo stuff at their house also. I don't think she knew that. She knew about Candy, plus her and Candy had been close, and Candy knew firsthand that man had been beating her tail. So if you my girlfriend and you know that this man beating me up, cheating and doing all this stuff, and we getting a divorce, why would you help him? Cynthia wouldn't have known all that stuff, but Candy did. Like, let's not pretend like them two wasn't real friends. Philly Joint say, I can't wait to hear commentary on P. Willie's interview. I'm not doing that whole interview. I just got a couple of comments. I promise. Y'all know Porsha do something to my brain cells. No, no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no Pam, no spam, no nada. I got a couple of comments. I got a couple of comments on a couple of things she said. I can never, like some of y'all was talking about reading that girl book. I wish I would rot my brain cells reading something Porsha wrote. And you're not going to get me to rot my brain cells listening to her try to be intellectual either. Nothing, I don't like her or whatever. I don't hate the girl, but, Deborah say, somehow I have a feeling that Phaedra admitted to defamation. Candy could have sued her. Remember Candy and Candy used to sue? Kenya told Candy to sue Phaedra. Yeah, no. That's not how defamation works, actually. But Liz say, not y'all. I don't like Carlos King. Yeah, I don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. You're not gonna get me to support somebody who's anti me. You can't be anti me and think I'm gonna support you. Auntie Kim say Carlos King voice is like listening to nails on a chalkboard. He's annoying and reminds me of my old boss that threatened me like ish because he was jealous that he wasn't a beautiful black woman. I know that's right. Because that's not how it works. So let's see what's going on real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Wait. So now Deborah's saying that this Marcus fella, and he's with somebody named Alex or whatever, and apparently we're hearing that Kelly's assistant
through the Williams-Sonoma leaving everybody gagged. Everybody was gagged. Welcome to Cue the Chaos, where sometimes things get a little chaotic. Pretty much all the time with us, let's be honest. Wow, there is a lot to talk about, Alex, today. First off, how are you? Let me tell you, I'm doing great.
Yeah, no.
The world cheers her around. Things are happening. It's all happening.
So y'all, this is the guy that was in Williams-Sonoma that walked up to Angela. So I guess we about to hear something. Now he has a channel. It's only got 35 views on this video, and I think it's because people don't know. Let's just pull up the video. We'll give him a view, right? Y'all with it? Y'all cool? If y'all cool, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Because if he's only got 35 views, it's because people don't know he's there. So let's see if this is actually him, and let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. Hold on. I want him to address. I want to see if he has anything to say about that mug shot. I want to see if he has anything to say about that mug shot. I'm very, very interested in the mug shot. Hey, Ruth Ann. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Mm. And that way we can Deborah said he does address the mugshot. So let's share it. Okay. Fair use and all that. But let's hear what they got to say. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not listening to all of this. I just want to get to who invited you. I would like to hear about the mugshot, but I'm not invested enough to go through the whole video. Like if it comes up pretty quick, then well, let me say this. It depends. Like if the juice is juicing, then we gonna juice the juice. But if it's dry, then we gonna cut it off. I just want to know who invited them over there to Williams Sonoma. Like we need to know who really invited you to Williams Sonoma. I would like to know also why you would have said. I would also like to know, Marcus, why you would have said that Phaedra invited you if now you're saying that Kelly's assistant invited you. Are you saying they were working together? Did Phaedra talk to you and then Kelly's assistant invited you? Did you what happened? Were they working together? Was it you, Kelly, Phaedra in production? Was it you, Kelly, Phaedra? Was it you and Phaedra, you and Kelly? Like, I just need to know. Okay, so Marcus said he was 19 and he paid his debt. Child, I don't care if you was 15. If you was ever a creepy crawler, a sex offender, that's for life, honey. I don't forgive that. I just don't. I don't. God is in charge of forgiveness. And if you ever did it, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to drag it, and you're nasty for life. You're nasty for life. I have no understanding whatsoever. So let's listen to him and let's see what he has to say, y'all. We try to be fair and we try to be honest as much as possible. Because y'all know Satan is the father of lies, and we don't want none of his children hanging out with us on the porch. Okay? So let's go.
Happened that way only because they were like, let's see if we can get anything in these next 2 weeks with Phaedra.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It happened. So it wasn't like we had a heavy. And I think that people were excited to see this next episode because things were happening, right?
Things were happening. So, I mean, honestly, in episode 15, like you said, we saw them still in Grenada. The majority of the episode was just all about the jab, getting ready for the jab. Yeah. What is the jab? Have you researched the jab? Yeah. And I mean, honestly, it was giving drab, waiting on the jab.
Yeah, it was. I think those episodes are cute to have here and there in between.
Yeah, I was going to say the only advice I would take from Britt is the quickest route to get my pants up off my hips. Because I have a feeling she would know.
No, it was interesting. And yeah, I think too, I was glad that I think we've seen a trend lately with Housewives where they've been ending the season on cash trips. And I was glad that didn't happen either, because that would have been a sad ending.
That would have been a terrible ending.
Do you think initially they were going to end the season on the cash trip?
We don't.
I think that it was definitely they should have entitled the episode.
Y'all, why is this given that this dude was paid to do a stunt on a show and now he thinks he's an expert on the show? I don't know if that's really what time it is. Marcus, if you happen to see this, dear, feel free to come tell us, are you starting a legit podcast? Or whatever. Let us know really what's good. Because we want to know about Williams Sonoma. We want to know about Williams Sonoma.
Jerk ? Chicken and waffles. Should have been jerk, chicken and waffles.
No, I thought that was a great scene. I love Shamia.
Shamia going to the doctor?
Yeah, I love Shamia as a mom. I think that those Phaedra with her sons, which was also interesting because we haven't seen them in years.
14 or 15, yeah. So that's wild.
Yeah, I mean,
because it was 2,000 samples, and She by Sheree still ain't got none. In fact, story
I love that place.
I know you were like, that looks like Little Ray.
Yes,
I was like, well, damn, bitch, all you can see is the ground. Yes. How do you know?
Why do you date somebody that works?
The table, there's the empty table behind us. You know, it's me, Caroline, and the kids. It's an empty table behind us. And then I look up, and at the table behind that table is none other than the Sheree Whitfield.
Oh,
so
who gonna check me, boo?
Who gonna check me, boo? Let me tell you who's gonna check you. So apparently, Sheree and Caroline, you know, kind of bump into each other, both trying to go in. Except they're plugging Lululemon for a good 112.
Okay, Deborah, where am I going to get this? Because they just talking and they getting on my nerves. Hey, I'm that girl. Thank you for being 65. Okay, Amanda said, yeah, he making it seem as if it wasn't for him, the show ended at the trip. Yeah, I just want to know, like, where do we get to hear what's what? Oh, I know you wasn't taking up for him. I was responding to what you said he said. Like, he doesn't get to be, you know, like, I don't really like that. It's definitely giving production hired him. We're entertaining him because we're entertaining what he said in the first place. Like, you can't entertain somebody and then say, why are we entertaining them? Like, can we be for real? Can we be completely for real here? He approached Angela. When Angela did not give him rhythm, he went and toasted, loud talking, made a scene. She tracked him down. He gave her a name. We entertained what he said in the first place. We entertained the possibility that somebody sent him. We entertained his narrative. He told Angela that Phaedra sent him. So yeah, if we already entertaining him, we're going to continue to entertain him. Like, you can't take one part of the story, then don't check nothing. We checking everything. We checking everything. Ain't no, oh no, don't check it out. No, we checking it. Say fast forward when they start to talk about the cook-off. Okay, you feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, he started this. He started this. Or whoever sent him or paid him. So yeah, we're going to dig into all of this because he shouldn't have never been in it. Okay, I'm going to fast forward the way you're talking about the cook-off. Because, I mean, everything else.
Since they left Grenada. And I think by this time it had been almost a week.
Because any real friendship, you would have been like, hold on, bitch. Let me check you about. Interesting.
So, leading up to that, so Phaedra basically hosted a fashion showcase.
Oh, God.
I was like, Fox.
I was like, is everything a Fox?
For her?
Or, well, did you see what the announcers had on? She looked like she was ready to go to the Beyonce Renaissance. Love that for her. I think that is a real representation of why APD stands for always pretend.
Saw that leads into the next part, which was the Brit Kelly back and forth.
Oh my God.
When you're just so done and you're like, bitch, I'm burning you.
So,
yeah,
I can believe that.
Okay.
However, whichever way it was meant, it still landed.
It still landed.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. And this $100,000 for her being a surrogate to Shamia, and then another $100,000 for being a surrogate to
recap, which is Kelly's Williams and Sonoma event. So Kelly posted a cook-off with Charles Oakley at the Williams and Sonoma in Pond City Market, and some things happened there.
So I'm going to just ask you this question.
Ask me.
Are we going to play it cute and tell them what happened on the show, or are we just going to go ahead and tell them what happened? I think that people need to know what happened.
I think we're going to tell them what happened.
Let's tell them what happened.
Let's tell the story. Because bitches out there been talking a lot of shit.
So here's your chance to find out.
Here's the chance to find out. Let's just let it all air out.
Air it out.
Maybe the NDA doesn't cover this. So first off,
So is he alleging that someone made him sign an NDA? Yeah, y'all, this is giving production. Who was in the chat Sunday night that said production? If you said it was production, put your one in the chat because y'all might have been on to something. Let's go. And Belize and JB got a point, y'all. They say she's saying he was mic'd up. And now that I think about it, he had to be, huh? Because we heard him way too clear. Bloody hell.
let me just abide some few things. One, Alex and I were never mic'd for this event.
Okay.
You can definitely say that.
We were never
mic'd. So
okay,
we were
Lisa and JB, they settled that. They said he wasn't mic'd. Okay.
not set up by production to come in to say anything to Angela.
So they say they weren't set up by production. It don't mean that production didn't tell one of them ladies to get y'all to come do that though. Let's be clear. Because y'all remember, words mean things. We are not about to let these two messy men mislead nobody. Them saying production didn't set them up, that just means production didn't mic you. That does not mean that production did not tell one of them girls to bring y'all in there for that mess. Okay? Because I can tell I'm not digging their vibe at all. Either one of them. The amount of bitchs that they calling women, no. I know Britt Edie might be the streetwalker of the century, but them making jokes about her dropping her pants, no. Like, I'm already feeling all the no's, okay? I'm just telling you that. Plus, one of them is an sex offender, and y'all up here attacking a whole black marriage on national TV. I don't care who asked you to do it. So, for me, it's a no, but I just want to be very clear about them like clearing production. Oh, production didn't set us up to do this. That still don't clear production, because we don't know if production told one of them heifers to get somebody to come do it. You dig what I'm saying? If y'all feel me, put a 7 in the chat. I just want to be very clear, because we're not falling for no nonsense. And just because I'm listening to their side of what actually happened, don't think nobody fooling me. You're not gonna fool me. Now let's go.
About her husband. I can 1,000% clear that. I can also say that the things that I said to Angela in that moment were exactly how I felt in that moment about the things that I knew about her and her husband, allegedly.
Is it alleged?
I'm saying.
So he's saying that what he said is really what he felt. So he's saying that what he said is what he felt. Now let's break it down. We're going to talk about what you're saying and what you're not saying. So he still ain't saying that nobody brought him there. He's saying he really felt that. So is this man saying that this is what I said and somebody told me to come to this event and said, this is what I went to a cast member and they told me where she was going to be? Just pay attention, because he claiming this is what he felt in that moment. My thing is, why would you feel strongly enough that you want to approach this lady? If he wasn't sleeping with a man of yours, and we know you ain't got no woman, why did you feel so strongly that you needed to approach this married woman about her husband? Because that's not your homegirl. You don't know her. You don't know her. She had to find someone to track down who you were. I'm going to keep listening, Deborah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm pointing out, like, how much this dude is full of crap. That's all I'm doing, sis. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. And then we're going to talk about Angela, too.
Allegedly, because we know somebody likes to...
somebody is Sue Happy.
So, you know, we're going to keep it cute with her. So, what about you, Alex? What do you have to say?
So, I'm going to tell you all the real story, because Marcus is still trying to be cute.
Am I trying to be too cute?
I'm trying to be too cute. I mean, I don't know what narrative that they're going to go for or what they're going to show. Yeah. But, I mean, the flat out of what happened is you guys know Marcus is big on the restaurant hospitality scene. Marcus was legitly invited to this event by Kelly's publicist, Lamont, who you guys have seen.
Was invited by Kelly's publicist, Lamont. Now I gotta fix my thumbnail. Phaedra ain't invited. Hey, Belicious. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I'm gonna point out what they saying and what they ain't. But let's talk about what's really being said. Thank you for being 72. Thank you for being 71. I need y'all to hit my like button, because I ain't got time for Duolingo. The gossip is hot and the grease is popping. Hey, Ronnie, welcome. Y'all welcome, Ronnie. Did this Negro just say that Kelly's assistant, Lamont, the big bald head red dude, is who invited him? I'm going to run it back. Wait a goddamn minute. Hold on, Hattie. Hold on.
Or what they're going to show. Yeah. But I mean, the flat out of what happened is you guys know Marcus is big on the restaurant hospitality scene. Marcus was legitly invited to this event by Kelli's publicist, Lamont, who you guys have seen on the show.
Clock it.
He is. Did y'all hear that again? Did y'all hear that again? Belize and JB, Bianca, I'm glad y'all are present and y'all can bear me witness. Did I not say in Discord Sunday night? Did I not say in Discord Sunday night that Kelli was suspicious as hell? I told y'all Kelli was suspicious. Told y'all Kelli was suspicious. I didn't have nothing to do with this. The hell you mean? The hell you mean? You got something to do with it. You got something to do with it. Super suspicious. Why the first thing out your mouth is I ain't got nothing to do with it? I be John Brown. Let's let these jokers keep talking. I'm gonna run it back so we can hear it smooth. Okay, we won't hear it smooth. Hold on, we gonna hear it. Right. Okay.
What about you, Alex? What do you have to say?
So I'm gonna tell you all the real story because Marcus is still trying to be cute.
Am I trying to be too cute?
I'm trying to be too cute. I mean, I don't know what narrative that they're going to go for or what they're going to show. Yeah. But I mean, the flat out of what happened is you guys know Marcus is big on the restaurant hospitality scene. Marcus was legitly invited to this event by Kelli's publicist, Lamont, who you guys have seen on the show.
Clock it.
He is who invited us.
Clock it.
I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what they edit or what they show. We found out about this event from the email from Lamont. He emailed Marcus. Marcus was like, hey, girl. Talk to me. I was like, do you want to go? And I was like, child, I'll go watch them housewives be dry and crusty up close. Yep. Let's go.
Yeah.
I had no clue that there was an ulterior motive at play. So, boom. It's the night of the night. We're at the event. We are there. Everybody's arriving. The girls are arriving. We see Lamont. I think we speak to Lamont.
Yeah, we did. We're standing right next to Sincerely and Bingeworthy.
Yes, we're standing next to Justin Diego over at Bingeworthy and Sincerely Ward from Wags.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there having a kiki.
Yeah.
And what, an hour and a half, 2 hours into the scene?
Lord. The scene, y'all? Ooh.
We were there for 2 to 3 hours. It was boring. There wasn't shit going on.
There was nothing happening. I promise y'all.
Child, the scene, let me tell you, the only thing drier than the scene was Kelli's waffle.
Oh, yeah, the waffle.
What? Wait. So now they on here insulting the woman food. Let's let them finish because I want to hear what else the hell done happened.
Who waffle was I eating?
I don't even know. Shit up. I think that
whoever waffle,
one of us had Kelli and one of us had Charles. Okay. And I think you had Charles. Okay. I think Charles had the better.
Charles, that waffle was waffle.
Yeah, so
it was good.
Yeah,
the chicken was good. Everything was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess he was really focused on cooking, supposedly.
That's why he couldn't hear. But
so
he is also 207 years old, so I can understand him not being able to hear.
Doesn't they?
And this little musky nut critter, you old hating? Oh, hell no. Wait a minute. Y'all know we don't really like the old hating unless we picking at Simon. Okay, let's go.
It's sad.
Yeah, allegedly. But you know, when you do reach 207 years of age, your hearing starts to go.
I also want people to understand the space was not that big.
The space was not, just so we're clear, so y'all can understand how. It was no more than a kitchen island. Yes. So the same way, you know, your mama got an island in her kitchen, your grandma, your friend, you yourself, that's the amount of space that was in between Marcus and Charles.
Yeah.
Angela was sitting on one side of the island. Charles was on the other side cooking.
Correct.
It was literally no more than a typical, what is that, like 3-4 foot space of an island. It was
they
not.
had probably about like 8 to 10 people in the front directly behind the Housewives, and then maybe like 30 people behind us, like audience people.
So, as we're in the scene and it was being dry like the waffles, dry like Brit's edges, dry like the season right up until these last 2 episodes.
Lord.
Marcus was like, well, I mean, let me go over here and tell this woman what I know about her man. And I was like, well, bitch, what you know about her man? I was like, well, wait, let me run to the bathroom real quick. And I was like, then you can go tell her whatever you need to tell her when I come back from the bathroom. I come back from the bathroom, and he is just up there talking to Angela. And I'm like, what is he doing? Bitch, he comes over and was like, I just let her know that Charles be in the restaurant all the time with another woman. I was like, Marcus! So, like, literally, me and Marcus are over in the corner, like, chit-chatting.
Also, too, let me say this, y'all. I am a lightweight. Alcohol is not my friend.
Marcus can only do beer and wine.
I can only do beer and wine.
If you give Marcus anything outside of beer and wine, a half a glass and he is acting a fool.
So we had 2 margaritas before we got there.
And I did not know this about Marcus prior to that because, like, Marcus always just has, like, a glass of wine or a beer. So I just assumed, like, oh, what's 2 margaritas?
Yes.
Give me 1 margarita. I'm just like, so what's 2 margaritas?
Yes.
Ciao.
Yeah.
2 margaritas, some champagne, and a shot of rum later.
Yeah.
We were cheersing. If your name won't Angela,
your husband wasn't cheating on you.
And when I tell y'all, I was so gagged.
I want y'all to understand, the entire room was silent.
They I don't know how they downplayed that scene.
I don't know how they downplayed it.
Because when I tell you, everybody in the room, you can hear a pin drop. Like, I swear to God, the stoves and everything just shut off. It was just, my mouth was wide open. My jaw was on the floor. Let me tell you, Charles was trying to hide up under that table so Angela didn't whack him. It was just, I was like,
Charles definitely hurt.
So, I think I heard him about to say that Charles looked up and saw and was quiet. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I do not know. Deborah Randall, where's our regulator? Deborah Randall. Does he ever address why he told that lady it was Phaedra? Because this is sounding like he was trying to get famous. And the question would be, why would Lamont invite him? Had you been talking to Lamont? Did Lamont know that you had been telling them stuff about Mr. Oakley coming to your restaurant with a woman all the time? You had already been talking about this lady? Husband? Is that why Lamont invited you? Or were you just being invited because Kelly's in the restaurant spaces and you're in the restaurant spaces? Like, what the hell is going on? It looks like they don't enter the chat. He's claiming Charles heard it. He could be telling the truth. If a man, tricking or whatever, they could pop off or they could play crazy like I don't hear you because they don't want to deal with it. So he does address why he said that lady's name. Okay. I don't think he heard it either because Charles Oakley has an explosive temper and I think he wasn't paying them no mind. Yeah, Lady Rita, blaming the alcohol is disgusting. This is disgusting. Oh, he said he never said it was Phaedra. Wait a minute. So you mean, wait. Touch me, Lord Jesus. See, this is why we're going to have to get down to the get down. Because have I caught Angela lying before? Yes, I have. We done caught her lying on this live when we reviewed this show. I just feel like as serious and as crazy as she went to track down who you were and your restaurant and all this, your criminal record from the past and all that, I just don't see her doing all of that, being that worried about it, and then claiming you said a name you didn't say. You said something. It wasn't production. He just told you Kelly's assistant, Lamont, the big red bald dude that dropped her children off to the first day of school because she was in Grenada, is who invited him, not production. Angela said it was Phaedra, and she said it like she just knew for sure, like, oh, I had dirt on him and he didn't want his dirt to come out, so he told me who it was. And she swearing, you know what I'm saying? She talking like she got a hand on the stack. So you had to have said that to her. I just don't believe she didn't say that to her. That you didn't say that to her. I believe you said that to Angela. Don't try to backpedal now, because you know Phaedra can sue you if you get on here and lie and say it was her with your whole mouth and it wasn't. Ronnie say, so the whole time Angela did that interview with Carlos saying it was Phaedra, somebody lying. Yes, somebody is lying here. And it's giving, was I right all along and Phaedra didn't do this one? Sometime I be right. I'm sick. I'm sick of this because it's giving he wanted drama. And I can, if he did all of this, I believe he definitely told her it was Phaedra to get the juices going, to get the mess popping. Yeah, Angela said it with confidence. She said it with confidence. Belicious said, I think they all in cahoots. I'm starting to think so too, including Angela. But I keep telling y'all that heifer fake as hell. Y'all like her, I don't. But I still don't believe that she just said, you know, let me not say I don't believe. I feel like it's unlikely because I can't put nothing past none of these women. Yvette say, but why would Angela say Phaedra if she could just be mad at who it actually was? I don't know. Unless she in on it, or unless she one of them just need a woman to blame. But I just don't see her doing that. It doesn't track. Nobody who cares enough to send people to track down a man from a first name and a picture of his face is going to make up anything like who you say sent you. I feel like you told her that you may have been lying because now you saying Lamont invited you, but I don't believe Angela just lied on Phaedra, just dry lied on her. I don't. I think she believes that because you said that. Someone gave him inside info. Why did he decide to go after Angela? Why not ask Porsha? Why? Because he said that Charles was coming in the restaurant with a woman. You ain't listening, girl. I know you over there in England, but you got to keep up with this Negro gossip now. Okay, surprise, surprise. One of y'all need to get me that little clip, because I need to play it. Auntie Eva say, could be that she knows Charles is cheating and she want him to cheat in peace. Let her situation stay the way it is. Listen, we're going to listen to the rest of what he say because I'm starting to get uncomfortable. Like, I thought, you know, we had a smoking gun with Kelly's assistant. Now it's like they invited him, but they didn't invite him to do none of this stuff is what it's looking like. And he just did it on his own because he felt like, you know, trying to be famous. And now you want to kick off a podcast after you done went after them people marriage. Okay, let's just keep going, y'all, because he getting on my nerves. I'm sorry.
Looked right at us.
He right at you. Honey, I'm denying all involvement. But no, so like literally, I am just like gagged. Kelly is gagged. The audience is gagged. The housewives are gagged. Everybody's just gagged.
Yeah.
And Marcus is just sitting there, you know, long ass arms doing his toast. And then next thing I know, Kelly's security guard is ushering him out of the door.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now he just exonerated Kelly. In my opinion, if Kelly's security guard went and grabbed you and snatched you up out the door. So her assistant invited you probably because you got a restaurant or you work in the restaurants, you know, in hospitality, and that's her space. But they didn't know you was going to do that. This what you decided to do. Hey, Wicked 548. Amanda say, is it possible that she think it was Phaedra and stuck with that because they couldn't figure out who it was? And probably because Phaedra was cracking jokes about her not looking her age. Deborah say, Angela want to accuse Phaedra, so she wants us to think that it's Phaedra. Keep listening. Oh, right. Kelly was gagged, and in Kelly's security, you know, Kelly walk around with her own private security. Kelly sent her own private security dude to go march him out. It wasn't Bravo's security, it was Kelly's security. So Kelli's been cleared. So Lamont invited him in good faith, only to turn around and you pull a stunt because you want to kick off a podcast with your 27 subscribers, child.
And he also made a bit of a scene being ushered out, but they did not show that. And then he goes back and he was like, y'all gotta kick my friend out too. My friend is still in there. So then they come over to me and I'm like, no, I don't know him. Not I'm not the friend, honey. I'm trying to see what's going to happen.
Alex was staying inside to get the tea.
I needed to see what was going to happen at the rest of this scene because, baby, I was gagged just like I know Angela was gagged because, baby, your man is cheating. He is cheating. The girls are saying that the man is out in the street with a woman that's not you. Yeah. So I had to figure out what was going to happen. So I was like, no, I'm going to stay back, Marcus. I'm going to stay in here. So I'm texting Marcus like, hey, stop telling them we know each other. Because I'm going to stay in here and figure out what's going on.
Correct.
So, I mean, nothing really happened. Y'all saw kind of what happened actually after Marcus got kicked out, which was really her being like, this is not the type of space for that, blah, blah, blah. I bought some of her chicken and waffle mix or something, Moscota. I don't know what the hell that bitch was selling.
The mimosa mix.
I bought something that bitch was selling.
Yeah. We get support, Kelli.
We support it because we ruined your event. We supported it. And that shit was nasty and I want my $20 back. No, I'm just joking. It was okay.
So let me get this straight. Listen, if me stopping this is upsetting y'all see the name of the channel, y'all can go watch it straight through if y'all want to listen to these urchins. You were invited by her assistant because y'all exist in the same industry, in the same industry space in Atlanta, basically. You took it on yourself, you and your dusty friend, to ruin this lady's event, to kick off this tired podcast. You're sitting up here lying about it. Not lying, but laughing about it. Then you talking about the woman cooking bad. And then like, oh, we bought some of your stuff because we ruined your event. Key. And I want my $20 back because it was nasty. So on top of ruining her event, you know you ruined her event. You bad-mouthing this woman cooking, which is her livelihood. And then you going to put the bad mouth on her business? Girl, you need to send somebody to whoop they tail. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't understand y'all city folks. I don't. Because where I'm from, it's okay to stomp somebody out. Sometimes it's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, the way they dissing this lady, like, first of all, y'all know how I feel about sisters and their business. I run a business of my own. It is not easy, right? I don't like it. Black women running their own businesses is not easy. I don't care who you are. I want you to make your coin. I'm not finna badmouth your business unless you harming children or you harming, your sisters in some way intentionally or maliciously. I'm just not gonna do it. The fact that they up here attacking this lady livelihood, like, I'm really over it. Belize and JB say Kelli need to get rid of that assistant immediately. For real. This is nasty. You ruined her event where she was, doing some fun stuff or whatever, probably trying to make sure she secured her check on the show and still promoted her business. Then you ruin the event. Now you bad-mouthing this lady business? Hey, Alex, it sounds like the extras had main character syndrome. For real, though. Right. She admitted to it. I heard her admit to that. I'm going to talk about that, too, because her interview was dry as hell. But I'm going to talk about that. That's why I said we got something to say about Angela, too. We're going to hang for a minute. Yeah, they think they're entertaining. I'm not entertained at all. You literally tried to get clout and attention and kick off this tired, dusty podcast at the expense of these Black women, whether I like them or not. Let's be very, very clear. Black is beautiful. Listen, that ship has sailed. This is disgusting. So you ruined one Black woman's event. Now you bad-mouthing her business. You tried to ruin this other Black woman's marriage, play on her insecurities and her stress with her husband. I don't care if you saw her husband with somebody. Who the hell you think you ought to bring that to her? You don't know her. She didn't hire you to watch no man for her. Then you got this other sister, got her name being drug all through it. That's Phaedra. When you know this was you. See, this is why I'm very critical and I'm hyper vigilant to Black men in Black women's spaces. These two nignogs are a case study in why Black women learn to gatekeep your spaces. The minute problematic behavior shows its ugly head, we need to decapitate it. They're sitting up here having the time of their life, keying about, like, literally harming the reputation, well-being, and peace of mind of 3 Black women like this is no big deal. And thinking they're going to prosper. You're not going to prosper from it. You're trash. You're trash. B-Licious said the other one was on a TLC show pretending to be straight and got married and had a baby. Oh, that's who the Alex person is? Okay, let's let them finish. But at this point, I'm going to just be honest and transparent here. I am disgusted and I am pissed. I'm pissed for Kelli, I'm pissed for Angela, and I'm pissed for Phaedra. And I don't like neither one of them heifers. And Black women, let's normalize that too. Normalize being able to have a dislike, even a strong dislike for another sister, and still recognizing and having a problem when somebody like this harms your sister. I don't have to like you to sit up and call out and be pissed that somebody would do that to you and feel like it's safe to do it just because you're a Black woman. Like, I am pissed. I am pissed. Let me let this trash finish talking. Let's hear what else this trash got to say. And at this point, I don't care if you hear it. Run at me if you want to.
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah. It was okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Moving on. Yeah.
So that's pretty much how it happened. Like, he was just like, well, no. I mean, he was like, I just thought she should know. And I was like, well. And then let me tell you guys, Marcus was also like, he was like, I'm trying to help Kelli promote this restaurant. He was like, they're not going to put this scene in here. So he was like, let me.
I did say that. I did literally say, y'all. So, Housewives, this is a show. This is a job. This is a business. This is everything.
It's everything.
They film 5 days a week, 10 hours a day.
Sometimes 12.
This is what they do.
That's what you do.
So there's a lot of scenes you never see.
Never.
This scene,
you was never
gonna see it.
You guys would have never seen this scene had Marcus not chosen that opportunity to tell.
So now listen to how he's positing himself as some kind of hero. You harmed 3 Black women on national television. You attacked a Black marriage out of nowhere. And somehow he's excusing himself and making himself some kind of weird pseudo savior. See, I saved the scene. It was never going to make it to the camera. It was never going to make it to the television, and the whole season was dry until I came here and just, unprovoked attacked 3 Black women. Oh my God. Let's finish listening to this flea-bitten animal.
Angela about her husband.
Yeah.
That scene would have probably never made it into the show.
It would have been a 30-second flashback, if that.
It would have been a 30-second flashback in her package introducing her at the beginning of the season, because they would have then ended the season in Grenada because nothing else happened outside of all of the shit that all of the chaos that we caused. So y'all. So I mean, hey, he got kicked out, and then from my perspective, after I check out, Kelli checks me out, and I leave the Williams Sonoma. Marcus is outside, tipsy, talking a million miles an hour to some white woman who is just on her MacBook typing away. And now it's not weird for this person to be on their MacBook typing away because Pond City Market is like a co-working
type vibe space.
It's like a massive cafeteria, co-working, really cool space.
For sure.
So people are always there working, freelancers having meetings. So I just thought that this was some random white woman minding her own goddamn business, and Marcus was just talking her ear off. Child, when Marcus got done telling that woman her story and she whipped over her business card, whatever, with NBC Universal, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get...
So immediately production ran to get them because like, oh, you're harming Black women. We love harming Black women. Let's keep in touch. Once again, for the umpteenth time, this is why I don't like Bravo. This is why I don't like NBC Universal. This is why I don't like Truly Original. This is why I don't like Andy Cohen. So this man went in there, torpedoed 3 sisters, and NBC Universal immediately intercepts. So we can start, let's collaborate. Let's collabo. Because, hey, you harm Black women. We love harming Black women. Let's work together. And this further lets me know that Bravo absolutely had a thing and absolutely wanted to harm Angela and Charles's marriage. And let's be clear. I don't know what that man does. Is it possible that he's cheating? It's highly possible. Is it also possible that Bravo needs to mind their business? That is that woman's husband. If she like it, I love it. Every woman has her own bottom line. And let's just go on and wipe this and clean this up right now. Right this minute. Every woman has her own bottom line. Every woman has her own line in the sand. For some, it's beating. For some, it's cheating. For some, it's being emotionally unavailable. For some, it's lying. Okay? Some women ain't got no bottom line. They can take everything and still hang on to their man. And you know what else? All of them right. Because that's their husbands and it's not ours. I'm going to tell you flat out. I don't care what I see your husband doing. I'm not coming to say nothing to you. Because I didn't put you together and it ain't my place to split you apart. Now, I know sometimes if it's your family or something, you may feel like you have such a loyalty to that person that you got to say something. I personally feel like, you're not going to thank me later because that's your marriage. Ain't no point in me hurting you. He already doing what he doing. Hey, for all I know, you might not never see it and you might have peace in your marriage and I'm not finna tear up your house. But for somebody who didn't even know that lady, just because you seen him out with another woman, I don't care if you saw him sitting on that woman's lap. I don't care if you saw a woman sitting on his lap. You ain't had no business going to that woman to tell her nothing about her husband. And of course, NBC Universal jumped all over it. Like I've been telling y'all this whole season. The way he talks sometimes, it might make me a little uncomfortable, but that's her husband. Do I wish that he possibly, would think about, how she feel? And like I told y'all, he might watch it back and be like, yeah, that didn't look right. She do look unhappy. Let me try to tighten up or whatever. From what y'all saying on Watch What Happens Live, that's exactly what happened. Maybe he was able to see, like, a lot of times people don't know how they come across until they watch it back. But this habit that Bravo has on attacking marriages, especially Black marriages, I'm not comfortable. Keep telling y'all, these people hate y'all. They hate you. I cover it in large part to point out all the ways that these people really hate y'all. Let me let this trash finish telling y'all how Boss and them, how Massa and them ran up to congratulate them and give them some bones and biscuits for attacking them sisters in there.
Sued. I was like, we're gonna get sued. Here we go.
Yes.
And then, I think the rest from there is just kind of what you guys are about to see upcoming, you know. What you're probably not going to see is that I DM'd Angela. I'm going to save those receipts for soon, but I DM'd Angela trying to warn Angela about everything.
You did.
So let's see how cute it plays out. But
yeah. I mean, I think we already...
So wait a minute. He said he DM'd Angela to warn her about everything, and he's going to release the DMs. Now, Angela ain't mentioned no DMs. Angela making it look like, you know, she had these magnificent people who love her so much who tracked him down. See, well, don't worry. We're gonna get into Angela after we look at them fashions.
We have an idea of how Angela plays this.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely going to play the victim.
I mean, we've already seen the clips already. She's in therapy crying about me.
Therapy with Suzanne.
I do want to just say this, like, you know, obviously there's a whole social media aspect to any reality show, right? Mm-hmm. And I clearly think that social media had a reaction to me last night, you know?
Absolutely.
And we filmed it a year ago. So,
which is so wild.
You know, it's like for you and I, we totally have checked out of it. We moved on. You know, we started our podcast in January talking about we know this is happening soon. It's been 6 months since then. And now here we are.
Here we are.
In real time.
Real time finally here to relive the moment.
And reliving it now. So that's always interesting, right?
Very much so.
You went through it already with You, Me, and My Ex. So did I. Mm-hmm. You were on True Life on MTV, so you went through it then as well. So there's just so many layers to like reality TV, from when you film it to when it airs, and now there's a third component for it for Housewives,
social media,
which is the reunion and the social media aspect of it, right? And I just feel like the one thing that I think I want to just address is that, you know, I'm not perfect, you know.
And Cordell is not perfect by far.
Thank you for that quote, Porsha. And I know that people feel like they are, quote unquote, airing out my dirty laundry with things that happened when I was 19, and thinking that they use it against me. But the truth of the matter for me is that, like, I am very transparent with my family. You know, I have a great support system of friends around me. I've been able to really rebuild my life since then, you know, my own business, doing the things that I do. So I think the people who feel like that they have shot a shot at me by bringing those things up.
So we are at the point of the game where we're not doing this anymore. So what we are going to do is Angela, the person who we know hired a private investigator and dug up this dirt, the only person who knew this dirt, who then all of a sudden a Stan page has come out and it is now releasing this dirt. So we know it's Angela. We're not going to play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we have our own receipts against Angela, so let's say the name. So
it's Angela.
Angela has decided to
some way about me, and has just, first off, let's say this. You're right. She had a private investigator investigate me and Alex. And we realized that once we went to this coffee shop scene with Angela and Drew. And she basically told us, like, I already knew she had somebody that was following me because they approached me. Alex didn't know, but she said certain details that.
And see, this is, listen. This is why I don't like none of these women. This is why I don't like any of these women. Put a 1 in the chat if we didn't hear Angela say some people who really care about me went and looked up. I absolutely believe she hired a PI. Some people care about me and they went and found him. It wasn't people who care about you that went and found him. You hired a PI. Now, I do believe that. I do. Because these guys are disgusting and they're literally confessing to the disgusting things that they've done. I'm hearing a lot of disgusting crap, but I'm definitely not hearing, you know, cloak and dagger cover. It's giving you hired a PI and you lied because you didn't want to feel pathetic for hiring a PI. And we're going to get into all of it. Right, Bianca. I believe that too. But lie. Just set up and just lie. This is why I don't like these people. They drive me insane. Insane. Yala.
Alex was like, there's no way a random person would have known that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I was like, this is getting weird, because if I'm just some random fan, as you called me, who didn't know who you or your husband was.
Why are you spending your money and resources?
You spent money researching me. You spent money sending people after me. You and I, Angela, had multiple phone calls where things were discussed. So it gives...
And she ain't mentioned the multiple so she ain't mentioned the DMs or the multiple phone calls, plus then lying about some friends that went and found him. Thank y'all for the ones, because I knew I wasn't crazy. Hey, Penny girl, how you doing? Happy Thursday. Thank you for being 105. So you done sat up and conversed with this dude and all. See, this is why. This is why. But y'all like her though. Y'all like these liars that's on these shows. All of them just a pack of liars.
Weird that you then say, oh, this isn't true, or that's not true, or that, and really trying to spin the narrative and then essentially blackmail me.
And like, let's be real, because what Angela did, and everybody was like, oh my God, you have ties to the mob. No, what this greasy bitch did was she simply got one of her cousins, Ray and them, to come over to the restaurant
in a rented Mercedes
to get Marcus to change his story.
Yeah.
Because she did not want the surveillance footage from the restaurant to get out, because she has been combating the fact that her husband is still unfaithful, allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. Hey, Virgo Gale. Surveillance footage. So is he saying he got the CCTV from the restaurant when Charles was there with the woman? So wait, let's stop. I don't like him, but let's stop. Let's stop in the name of love. So he say he got DMs and there's CCTV footage from the restaurant with Charles with the woman. And I believe it too. I believe it. Mind you, it still wasn't your business to go to that woman about her husband. I stand by that. I don't care what you saw him doing. That is her husband and not yours. Yeah, she put the Athens in there to make sure that everybody felt like this was Phaedra. And girl, you done had more than one conversation. You trying to pretend like you got all this from what he typed on the phone and slid you at a restaurant. You done been on the phone with this dude. He DMing you, warning you about stuff, telling you stuff. You trying to make sure CCTV footage don't come. Man, come the hell on. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss.
To this day.
Yeah.
So that's what she didn't want. And it would probably be ashamed if, whoever this woman was to come forward. We knew who she was and we planned on, inviting her on the podcast or something. That would be terrible. But, Angela.
They better not invite them. Now, listen. Am I the only one getting irritated with them? If they bring that woman that he tricking with on this podcast, I know something. Y'all done already tried to humiliate this lady on TV about her husband cheating. Hey, Fatima, now you want to bring the whole... Hey. Fatima say, the gays love to feed off black women's pain. They literally rejoice in it. A lot of them do. That's true, sis. Very true. Lady Rita say video over a year ago. I don't believe it. I don't know why you don't. Oh, are we going to pretend like we didn't see the video from 15 years ago with Puffy whooping Cassie tail in that hotel room, in that hotel lobby, in the hallway? But a year-old video is hard to believe. We can get them from 10, 15 years back from but a year ago is where the line at. Okay. Hey, that Key Marie. Yeah, they are so trifling. Like, they are really taking joy in dismantling this lady's marriage. Like, I get that she said the stuff she said or whatever. But at this point, I feel like whatever Angela does after that to you, not to no other women that may or may not have been involved, but to you, you deserve it because you ain't had no business approaching that woman about her husband. Hey, Totally Tammy. Yeah, she pissed with Phaedra, so she gonna make it be Phaedra. And these nasty nuts, just these musty nuts here, they telling on themselves. So I don't feel like they hide nothing, because they're not making themselves look good. When people are gonna lie, they're gonna make themselves look good in the story. We saw their version of making themselves look good, like, oh, we saved the show. Humble Wise says she mentioned Athens to remind us of the Phaedra and Nene's sister situation. Yeah, like no ma'am. No, ma'am. Amanda K said they want attention. Now he's going to have people thinking he going to bring the girl on. He better not bring that girl on. That's just nasty. Linnaeus, hey girl, misery love company, always trying to break up black families. For real. And of course, NBC Universal was all over that because they love it. They love it. Hey, Aries Diva, make sure you hit the like button, girl. Let them finish, because this is starting to get... I'm just being honest. I'm almost at my limit with these people, y'all. Forgive me. I'm almost at my limit with this Marcus person and his friend Alex. I'm almost at my limit.
I was not the only one who knows people from Atlanta. You know, Some of us grew here. We didn't fly here. Ain't no Delta, bitch.
And True T.
I mean, True T. So it's just like, you know, I just say it's all about how low you want to go. We can take this, abortions and can't have kids and pill popping roommates low, or, you can keep it cute. Because all I got to say is just because surveillance footage wasn't given to Bravo doesn't mean surveillance footage doesn't mean we don't have it.
Yeah. Oh, we got a lot more besides that too. So yeah, you're right. We can always keep it cute. I want to keep it cute with Angela. Mm-hmm. I think you know why I want to keep it cute. Yeah, I'm sure that Angela and I will have further interactions. So Angela, we can either keep it cute or we can go low. Because I'm not Michelle Obama, baby. When you go low, I'm going to hell. So, bitch, what you want to do?
What you want to do, honey?
What you want to do?
What you want?
So NBC tried to get it, and they letting it be known like we didn't give it to them, but it don't mean we ain't got it. So that's definitely given they got it. They kept it. And if you kept it, like, did you keep it to blackmail this lady? Did you keep it so that she'll have to, like, be nice to you or give you interviews? Or, like, what was your game plan? Because these two seem like they went, approached that lady, did what they did so they would be able to, like, have something to hold over her head. Because you can tell they want to be main characters. Or maybe that's just what I'm getting from them. I don't know, but I don't like these two.
To do because we ready to go right on down to Peter Street to the old lady gang and go right on underneath.
Oh, I think that location closed.
Oh, well, damn.
We got to go to the Camp Creek Parkway.
It's a little far out of the city, so maybe
it's a little far. Yeah,
nothing's over there but the airport.
Yeah, but I think that the episode, let's be honest, was one of the best episodes of the season.
It was,
and that's not me just saying that because we were in the episode. That's just me being totally objective. Like, it was just super fucking interesting, and the storyline was just moving, baby.
It was moving, and you were getting storyline, and it was interesting, and the whole episode was really carried by the newbies last night.
Yeah.
It was carried by the new girls.
It's Angela and Kelli. Yeah,
it was.
They definitely. I think Angela's actually been a great addition to the show.
I agree.
I'm not gonna. I can always give credit where
credit is due.
I think she's been a great addition to the show. I think Kelly's been a great addition to the show. What actually sucks is I feel like Britt had a good 3 last episodes. The last 3 episodes with Britt have been good. Where I feel like there was a season 17 redemption arc that could happen.
Absolutely.
And it sucks that we're not going to get that now. So Britt, I really hate that for you as well, because I think that the last 3 episodes you've been great.
You've been great. We've enjoyed you so much.
We got back to what we initially saw at the finale when we met you, and I said that
she's gonna end up being a winner. Because let me tell you what it was. It was the end of filming, and she had gotten tired of putting on that persona. Is what I feel like it was. Just like the way Angela has looked flawless all season. I mean, we're gonna give it to her. Angela's looked good all season, but every time we filmed with Angela, she looked a mess.
We saw that wig.
And again, I know we've talked about this, but when I tell y'all, Angela looked a mess every time we filmed with her. I was like, how did they cast this woman? So seeing Angela through this season and the Angela I got to know personally at the end of the season, baby, it was just not giving. I told y'all Drew was giving best dress at the moment.
Drew was giving best dress.
Which is
Choice.
That's right.
Choice. But no, I mean, obviously we know next week is the finale.
It's
Alex.
the finale.
Clips have been released of you and I in the coffee shop. Angela called you a liar, saying you said June. And Charles
I did say June, but it was actually May. Yeah. It was May. It was in the end of May.
Spring, September, summer.
Spring, September, summer. But since I was able to go...
You know we met, bitch.
After I was able to go and get that surveillance footage and get that date, boop. Now I know it was May. It was boop, not boop, June.
Boop, boop. But what do you think? What do you think about how this end of the season is going to go? How do you think this gala event is going to be edited?
Hopefully they make it look like she spent at least $6,000 on it.
Do you think a certain comment that was said about you is going to be released? I know we probably alluded to it already, but...
I don't know if they're going to show it. Because, I mean, they've given Angela a great edit all season.
Great edit.
However, I mean, I know Angela's not the only one in that marriage that likes to use slurs towards the LGBT community. Both her and Charles are both super intolerant towards that.
Okay, first of all, I'm disgusted. So now y'all gonna try to get her canceled, talk about she used a slur, a LGBTQ slur towards you, and are they gonna air it? Let me tell you something. I can't stand Angela. I'm gonna be all the way. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. And I'm not canceling her for you. I don't care if she called you a British cigarette that rhyme with nag. I don't care. We're not canceling this sister for you. You approached her because you had ulterior motives. You wanted clout. You wanted to kick off this little funky, dry, musty nut podcast. You wanted to be famous. You wanted people to know your name. And now we do for all the wrong reasons, including your sexual assault history, creep, offender. You approached this woman about her husband. Now you want to come to us talking about, now, Bianca, let's keep it real. Just because somebody's child is homosexual, that don't mean that they can't be. That you can be both. A lot of times parents who have children like that are both. You know, we can't conflate the issues. But my thing is, I don't care what she called you. You did that. I don't care if she hired a PI. I don't like that she lied about it, but I don't care that she hired a PI. You bothered her, approached her about her husband. That was a sore spot for her. That is her marriage. And I'm sure the married ladies in here can tell you marriage is not easy. So if that's her cross to bear. You ain't had no business bothering that lady about her husband. So if she hired a PI, so if she dug up your record and gave it to a blog to put it out so everybody saw your mugshot and your charges, so I don't care. I don't care what she called you. I don't care what name she called you. I don't care if she called your mama a name. I don't care. You should have left that woman alone.
Girl, they're not going to air you out during Pride Month. It's okay.
They're going to let you.
They're going to let you ride.
They're going to let you survive this time.
They're going to let you survive this time.
This time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, girl.
But Angela, I'm on your neck, boo. Mm-hmm. I'm on your neck. I'm on your neck like that weed glue. Okay?
Well, that's not very tight, so. But no, I mean, obviously we're excited to see the finale. I think they said they're releasing their reunion looks later this week.
Okay.
So we'll begin the reunion looks. They are taking a week off in between the finale and the reunion.
It gives y'all more time to talk about us and listening to the podcast.
More time to listen.
To be ready.
Clearly go back and listen to old episodes. Because we've been really, the only ones really telling the truth about what we know the last half of them.
Right,
so,
right.
Again, like I said, y'all have to remember, this is wild for us because we didn't know that this whole entire time leading up to this, Phaedra had been talking all this trash. Porsha had been talking all this trash. Everybody had been talking all this trash about Charles and Angela's marriage. We had no idea. We weren't privy into that.
We were literally just telling our genuine experience, and it just happened to fall in line with the storyline. So for everybody who wants to be like, this is so produced, the producer set them up, this was so fake, this was so cringe. None of that is the case. We literally, as you heard me tell you, Marcus was like, I'm going to just use this moment to air out my grievance with Charles because ain't nothing else going on, so why not?
Yeah.
And it just turned into a thing. It literally just caught legs and took off running. Then it drank a Red Bull and got them wings, and then that bitch was soaring in the sky. And next thing you know, we're going to be hosting the reunion.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy.
Right. Go take a break, boo.
Coming soon on the most dramatic 4-part reunion
tonight on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion special, part 1.
Bitch, if they make it 4 parts, I would just die on a hill.
Bitch, I'd missed 3 of them. But let me jump off the pod. You know, I've got to go run and grab a...
Okay, so we sat through that. I did not know that they were that disgusting. I did not know. Yvette is giving nobody paid him. He just got the invite from Kelly's assistant. Kelly didn't pay him. Her security is the one who put him out. And Bravo immediately intercepted them when they came outside and giving them business cards to keep in touch. So, disgusting. And let's talk about it. There more than likely was if they filmed afterwards. They filmed at the coffee shop, and I think they ended up at the final event, Angela's event. So they probably was an NDA sign. Like, we just got to keep track of what's going on because this is a lot of mess. Fatima say unbearable to listen to, but we needed to listen because I needed to know exactly what the hell happened. Yeah. Yeah, I doubt he was invited to the reunion. I seriously doubt it. They didn't bring the cookie lady to the reunion. Why would they bring him? Yep, he felt like doing it. He felt like doing it. That's the thing. That's the next thing I was about to say. His grievance with Charles. What's the grievance? You didn't have a grievance with him. You knew some dirt on him, and you went to bother the wife. See, this is what I don't understand with people, right? You saw him cheating. What does that have to do with her? Why does that lady's peace need to be disturbed because of that? I say that about them, about side hoes too. Why y'all bothering the wife? She didn't contact you. She didn't take you out. She didn't lie to you. She didn't sleep with you. Why you bothering the wife? For him to sit here and say he's got a grievance with Charles, are you friends with the side chick? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Am I tripping? Because what do you mean grievance? See, sometimes when people are running off at the mouth, especially when they're wrapping up, they're not being careful with the word placement. I think sometimes you end up telling on yourself or really outing it. Because what do you mean your grievance with him? Are you friends with her? Is that why you're saying, oh, we may have her on the podcast? You know this girl. You know her. Because if she was just somebody that was in the restaurant with Charles Oakley, you know who he is, but that don't mean you know who the girl is. How? Yeah, my thing is I don't get in married people business. It's not, that's their business. This is the thing. They never, ever explained why she's saying, Phaedra, you lied and told her that. You had to. I don't, let me not say had to. I do not want to believe that Angela just cooked that up because she heard where he was from and stuff like that, that whatever. I hope that's not what she did, because there's a lot of people from Athens in Atlanta. I hope that ain't, she, connected the dots and said, okay, he's from Athens, so it got to be that, right? Amanda K said, I agree. I think production got the information so they can bring him back on to, maybe they're going to bring him back or whatever, but I doubt he'll be at the reunion. Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't even know another way to say it. I'm not going to say that either. Humble Wise, I don't support whatever PR you're doing to clean it up. I don't. If you bring another sister in it and she's not guilty, I don't support that. I don't. I'm never going to support that. Ever going to support that. These are the people who came at your marriage. Now I need to know for sure where she got the Phaedra of it all and why she's dying on that hill. Yeah, he acting like Charles rejected him or something, but not really. To me, it's giving that girl. There's no homosexual man that's going to just dry approach Charles Oakley. This man is known to be explosive and will get physical. You're not approaching him because that man is extremely heterosexual. You're not approaching him. Yeah, he told the lady something. I don't know what he told her, but he told her something. Yeah, Drew was there, but he told her something. I just need to know, where, how. You know what I'm saying? Amanda K says she said Phaedra because she don't like Phaedra and they couldn't figure out who to blame. I'm but he said something to lead her to believe that. Unless he told her that Lamont invited him and then Kelli was like, yeah, but I didn't know when I put him out or whatever. And then she started trying to play Inspector Gadget in her mind, told her it was Phaedra. I don't know. I guess we're going to see. She sat down with Carlos King and told that story. Lied about it, was friends who care about them to track the guy down when it was a PI. And I do not want to believe that, you willing to lie on another sister about something like that. I hope that's not what she doing. Wise said maybe Charles recognized him, which is why he didn't react. It could be. Could be not. At the end of the day, you never put nothing past a man. I always remember that. Never put anything past a man. Never say what a man won't do because they'll embarrass you, okay? That's what I think too. I think he really didn't hear him. Because Oakley is known to be explosive. Like, I've never seen him, like, all the years we watched that man on the court, he always been explosive. He will get physical. We know this. Like, we know this. So that's why I'm like, I don't think he really was paying no attention at all. Not that he can't hear, like this dude old hating. I think it was just a matter of, he wasn't paying attention to what was being said because it didn't pertain to him. I think Charles was there strictly for Angela. And it was like, I'm doing this for my wife. I'm paying attention to this. And, I'm going to interact with these ladies because I'm here for my wife. I don't think he was taking in the scene. I'm sure he was not so happy to be there. I'm sure he was literally only doing that for his wife. Lady Rita say he may have switched his story when Angela called out his criminal past. Yeah, I'm not buying that either. I'm not buying it. But something was said. I don't think he switched because of none of that. I think methinks he said something that led her that way. It's just something about the way that, like, he's telling everything that makes him look completely scuzzy. I don't see him changing one or two elements for what? If you was gonna change something, change the stuff that makes you look like a scumbag, and he didn't do that. So no, it's the part where we find out Phaedra is not the person who brought him there. Phaedra is not the person who told him to do anything. As a matter of fact, he sat there and said that, of course, they didn't see, like we didn't see the rest of the filming. They didn't know that Phaedra and Porsha both had been talking all kind of trash about the lady or whatever. They walked into it trying to get clout off of Angela and Charles. Period. Right. I don't think he heard him. Something about Angela's interview with Carlos didn't sit. Me either. We're going to talk about it. Let's look at the fashions first, and then we're going to talk about some of the things in Angela's interview because it was dry as hell, dry as burnt toast. We're going to talk about a couple of things from Porsha's interview because it was also dry and like insipid. And then we're going to talk about a little bit of the crap from Simon because it was just pathetic and pitiful. Wise say the Inspector Gadget of the situation storyline continues. Right. So we still don't have a definitive answer. We just got a lot of dirt. Chlo Glow says, I think they told Angela because if you say Phaedra or Kenya, you get a fan base activated. And if they say Drew, it would have been bust. I could see that. I personally feel like if they did not bluntly say Phaedra, I think they implied Phaedra. I don't think Angela, let me not say think. I don't want to think that Angela just, you said one thing, but I want to make it be her. Like, I don't want to think that she was willing to do that. I don't. So let's talk about the fashions and stuff. And then we'll get into the 3 dry interviews because there's 3 of them, okay? Angela first, then Porsha, then Simon. In that order. Okay, y'all cool? Y'all got time? You with me? Y'all with me? Give me a 2 if you with me. Can I get a 2? Y'all hanging? Let's share some pictures. Okay. I think I'm going to do the big screen this time rather than the pop-ups because it's like we can't never zoom in on the pop-ups. Like we can never zoom in on them. And it's very annoying. So I think we're going to do the big pictures because we can zoom in on those. All right. So let's do the big ones. Okay, I see the 2s. All right. So let's share the screen. Yeah, them guys just pissed me off. Like, I ain't even going to hold y'all. That pissed me off. Just like, oh my God. Imagine somebody wanting attention so bad that you went and attacked this married couple. That is so trash. That is so trash. Okay. All right. So let's take a little peekaboo, shall we? Let us take a little peekaboo. First up, Drusilla, Dummy. Bad wigs and clothing extraordinaire. Let's zoom in. Let's really take a look at what she got on. Let's check this hair. Okay. I guess they're doing yellow or gold this year. Oh Lord. Porsha, get this girl a wig. You said y'all made up. Y'all made up. So you say, get this girl a wig. What the hell is this? Around her face. Porsha ain't no good. Porsha ain't no good. Hey, Brianna King, Porsha is no good. You ain't no good. How you gonna say you made up with the girl, but you still won't give her no hair? That's why she was on Breakfast Club talking about your wigs and stuff. They ain't no good. My wigs now is good. Porsha, you ain't no good. If y'all made up, you say you fine with her or whatever, you could have gave that girl some hair. That was uncalled for. Let's take a look at this dress. I'm gonna say this. Let's say this. Well, I don't understand the feathers. I don't understand the feathers or the split situation. Yeah, it's better than what she had on at the award show. We're gonna give her that. Yeah, I don't understand the fellas. I don't understand the feathers. Auntie Kim say the Kelli swirl on the forehead. Yvette say baby hairs touching the eyebrows. Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this though. This year the ladies Lord, Philly Joint say Big Bird. I'm gonna say this. Nobody was a hit to me. Can I be very honest? There were no hits to me. Some were surprised. This was, this was not very surprising because y'all know a lot of times Drew missed the mark with fashion and stuff. So I'm not gonna say this is a surprise, but 1 to 10, what y'all giving Drew? I'm gonna give her like a I'm gonna give her a 4 because it's the right shade of yellow. I think the shade of yellow kind of works on her. And because, they tried something different with the feathers, they tried to, what I'm saying? They took some chances. So I'm going to give her a 4. See, 5s, Yvette say 2, Auntie Eva 5, Belize gives her a 6. Deborah just don't understand the swoop on her forehead, me either. Carrie Clark gave her 5. I see a 3 with Auntie Kim and Deborah. Okay, so let's see who else we got. Who we got next? Let's take a look. All right, let's check it out. Okay. All right. It's Sarah's daughter, Shamia. Let's take a look at Sarah's baby, head to toe. Let's do it head to toe. Okay, the bob is bobbing. We like a high forehead girl when it's neat. It's definitely not giving Ashley Darby forehead. We got a nice, Rihanna-esque forehead going. We got us a bob and it's bobbing. I like that the earrings tastefully dangle just below the bob. Her skin is radiant. This is the surprise for me. This is the surprise. Shamia looks splendid. I love the way the dress is made. I like the way they played with the lace and the beading. Very good work. Very good work. I like the shape of the dress. I think it shows off her shape. Shout out to the designer, seamstress, tailor, whichever moniker you want to go by, madam or sir. I haven't found out who did her dress yet, but at this point, I actually want to know who did it because this is the surprise for me. I'm giving Shamia a 10. I'm giving her a straight 10. Like everything was tastefully done. Everything was on point. She observed all of the fashion rules, not too heavy on the wrist. When you got a dangling earring, it's always best to avoid a necklace. If you can, and she did, the dress gives enough drama in the bosom area that we don't even need anything. Her figure is amazing. The shape of the dress, the way the silhouette of the dress, it's not a predictable mermaid or fit and flare. It's like an asymmetrical fit and flare, which is absolutely delightful. I love that it hugs the curves. And then instead of just being fitted to the knee or the calf and flare out, we get a flare out on one side above the knee and a flare out on the other far down calf. I think that's why I say it's a 10. Like she observed every rule, very clean, very slick. 10. 10.5. I think this is the best we've seen Shamia look all season. All season. This is a lovely lady. Like, make no mistakes about it. She gets on my last good nerve. Lord knows she does. But she is absolutely a beautiful lady. And I think a lot of times her fashion choices do not reflect that. And this is one time that whoever styled her did not miss the mark. Not even remotely. 10s across the board for Shamia. What y'all giving Shamia? Yeah, the color is amazing on her skin. Everything. I'm seeing best dress 9.5 from Yvette. Go on, Sarah's daughter. Give it to him, Sarah's daughter. Yes. Have mercy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Shamia. I see another 10 from Black is Beautiful. Umberwise giving me a 9. Yeah, she's Deborah Randall gave her a 7.5. I don't even know how you got that low. This girl looks perfect. She's so perfect, she don't look real. Good night, Irene. At least we know why Mr. Mwangi, went ahead and gave her his last name. Now let's take a look at this. Looky. Have mercy. Let's go head to toe. We got to address it all. Head to toe. All right, so now we got the Queen of the Damned. We got Akasha. She's given us this Hindu-esque headdress with the side pieces that hang off. I guess that's supposed to, take the place of the earrings. The makeup washes her out and does absolutely nothing. It leaves her face flat. The blonde of the hair does not complement the outfit or her complexion. I'm really tired of the nude lace moment with the appliques over the bosom. That is so 2017 or 18. The wrap effect at the waist is sloppy. It looks like somebody just didn't have time to make her a dress, and they just, they sold her a leotard that snaps in the crotch rather, and then when it got some Duchess satin and just tied it at the waist and did a little stitch to hold it. They looks like they hemmed it at least. I'm just not understanding, and it looks like a pair of cliched played out sandals that we've seen 100 times. We may have seen it on her. Bianca, that's why this is another one of the surprises. Phaedra does normally dress better. Amanda K, this is definitely not giving silk. This is giving satin. Not giving silk at all. And I don't mean silk satin. It's giving, just satin. It's giving a nice little Duchess satin situation. Yeah, I'm not sure what she was going for. Maybe she was trying to be one of the Greek gods or a fairy, or maybe she thought she was the Hindu god Kali or something. I don't know what she was going for. Is this like an American Gods moment? Yeah, I don't understand. I'm confused and I'm afraid. I'm giving her, for the first time ever, because Phaedra usually looks nice when she fixes up. We can't accuse her of being a beauty queen, but she normally cleans up very nicely. So I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe her real dress was not ready and they had to throw something together and she committed. I'm giving her a 0. Like, I've never given Phaedra a 0. It's very seldom that I give anybody a 0, but I'm giving Phaedra a 0. I see 0.5s, 1s, and 2s in the chat. I'm giving her a 0, and I'm in shock. I'm just being honest. I am in shock. I'm surprised at the rating that I'm giving Phaedra Parks. Phaedra earned a 0 for me. Goose egg, nada, zip, zilch, Nathaniel, Nathan. Hey, Miss Gardner, thank you for the 2. Black is Beautiful says -5. All right, I see a 2.8 from Humble Wise. Auntie Eva agrees with me. It's 0. Yvette says the hair looks ridiculous. It's giving somebody either stole her dress or her dress wasn't ready and her wig or her hair person wasn't available. Maybe she did her own makeup. I don't know. I realize sometimes the show must go on, but I feel like even if you had to dress yourself, you had something in your closet that was better than this. You had something in your closet that was better than this. And I know Cherry is oftentimes busy, but you could have called Cherry to do your makeup. She'd have showed up. You would have had to pay for her flight to New York or whatever. But Cherry could have came up there and did it. When you in Atlanta, you call in, she hook you up. You should have called Cherry for this, because I don't understand what's going on with your face either. She looks like she looked like she borrowed some makeup from them corpses down there to the funeral home. This is giving mortuary number 4. This giving mortuary number 4 makeup. This is them dead people makeup. D. Seratina's, her pose is uncomfortable because she wearing dead folks makeup, and that might be one of their wigs. Phaedra, no. I have never, listen, y'all, as many times as we've gone over the fashion, y'all know I can be hypercritical, but I have almost never given anybody a 0. Phaedra is up here giving Queen of the Damned complete with the undead makeup. Complete. Down there taking makeup from the funeral parlor. We had one of the preacher's wives in town, Cunningham, Helen Dean. She dead. I can talk about her now. Miss Cunningham used to wear them dead people makeup. Her husband used to run Cunningham Funeral Home, and she was a teacher over at Forest. And I ain't gonna talk about her real dirt, but I'm gonna talk about that makeup. Every time we seen her, she had them dead people make the makeup caked on. You didn't know if the corpse was in the box or walking up behind you. And this is what's going on here. Phaedra, let's zoom in on this face. Look. She got them dead people makeup on. Look at her. Face just flat. Lord, Phaedra, I don't know. I don't know. I know you got a lot going on. You busy. You making your money. But you could have stopped by Sephora or Ulta or somewhere. You could have got you some Narcissus, some Fenty. You know what I mean? Some Pat McGrath. You didn't have to, borrow that mortuary number 3. That wasn't necessary. It wasn't. This is 0. Now, let's get into this one here. She wants to be a Roman soldier. She done put on her armor. Let's do it head to toe. So Porsha look like Porsha. Porsha give us the same makeup, and consistency is key. I'm not mad at you being consistent with your makeup. We didn't take no chances with the makeup or the hair. The earrings, not to be, let me not say not to be hypercritical, because y'all know I am hypercritical, okay? While we got on, looks like silver tone earrings with this gold suit of armor. Like this, you got on 3 CPO's outfit, but you got on R2D2 earrings. I don't understand. Maybe we need to see her moving around to see if them earrings is actually silver, because I hope they not. I hope that's just the lighting. Do y'all think that could be the lighting, that the earrings are actually silver, or is it really the lighting? Because it looks like it's silver. Let's see her moving around. And maybe they're not silver, because I was wondering, like, how crazy do you have to be to do that? I think it's interesting. I think the top of the dress started off very interesting. I like the metallic look. I'm joking about the suit of armor. I think it started off interesting, and I think the skirt of the dress got very predictable. You see what I'm saying? It's not really cohesive, in my opinion. I like that you played with it. Not her, because she don't make the dress. Whoever made the dress for her. I think the top had a lot of promise, and I think the bottom didn't deliver. If you do a top to bottom, let's start back at the top, and we're going to pan down. If you go from the top, I think if you look at the top and you start looking down, you can see it's like it starts with a look and it does not follow through. It doesn't follow through. If you start at the top, you got great expectations. Expectations start good. And then when you get to the hip, it's like, what the hell happened? There was so many ways this could have gone. I think the skirt is lazy. And again, I'm not knocking her. I'm simply saying it's lazy. It's lazy. We just, wrap it around, drape it at the hip, and, we put a breastplate on, and now she's going to fight a dragon in medieval England or something. Like, I don't understand. Jewelry's nice, but to be honest, I just don't understand the skirt of the dress. I think the color is like a wild contrast for it to not be more interesting. Okay, we got a simple shoe. It's like nobody was really clocked in. Porsha normally comes with, better fashion than this too. I'm very surprised. I'm giving this like I'll give it a 7, because the top of the dress, the makeup, the hair, okay. And it's like everything from the hip down just went to hell. So I'm going to give it a 7. Now she ran out of money for the skirt. I seriously doubt that. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. I see some 7s. I see an 8. I see a couple of 8s. I see like 3 8s, 3 7s, 4 8s. Okay, so y'all like it a little bit better than I do. Penny gave it a 2. I don't know that I would go that far. The difficulty on the top of that dress alone, I could never give it a 2. Gifty gave her a 9. Auntie Kim 8. Yeah, I don't know. It's the skirt and the shoes fell flat for me. DT talking about a 0. You bugging with that. The top of that dress, like the difficulty in the construction of the top of that dress is like top notch. And I think that's the other thing that's throwing me off. Like with this much technical work on the top, all of these individual pieces, right? I'm really thrown off at how it's like it looks unfinished. It looks like you did this and you were planning to make a whole different dress, and then something happened at the bottom. And I don't know what happened, but something happened at the bottom. Like maybe what didn't work, or maybe she had gained some hips or something. Because y'all know Porsha hips go up and down. They got a mind of their own. So I'm not gonna like come down real hard on the tailor or the designer, but I just feel like the skirt that we got with this dress, with that bodice, I don't think that's the original skirt that was supposed to go with that bodice. It doesn't really make sense. Even the color, even color wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to be honest. Oh, DT say the 0 is for Phaedra. Porsha got a 7. Yeah, because the top of that is like that's some nasty work. Like that's nice nasty. So I'm gonna give her a 7, but I don't really know what happened. Like, did you and Phaedra have the same designer and they didn't finish your skirt, and they didn't do Phaedra's dress at all? Like, what the hell happened? I don't know. 7. Well, Cynthia was just a friend of the show, but Cynthia, I'm gonna give you a hot 3 because you clearly just picked that up off the rack. We got some lycra spandex. Okay, got a little crepe going on with the skirt. It fits nice. Cheekbones is always pretty. She's gonna always give us tall, statuesque. Um, she's always nice, looks natural, all that good stuff. Um, but ma'am, this is off the rack and not in a good way. And y'all know Cynthia gonna give us a crazy wig. I think that's her thing. 3, 4, somewhere along in there. Like I don't even have a strong feeling about this. I don't even have a strong feeling. It's giving Cynthia did not know she was going to have to be on that couch the whole time. Cynthia was planning to just be a friend of the show, and she ended up having to stay on the couch because Bang Bang Sleazy did not show up. Okay, so $300 to $500, my love, is off the rack. I don't know if you know, but $300 to $500 is off the rack. Sorry, not sorry. I'm really not sorry. Right. It's not horrible. It's just, it gives that she did not plan to be on that couch the whole time. She didn't plan to be on the couch. And so I think like I'm gonna give you like a 3, 4 because it is off the rack, but at the same time it's not her fault because she was planning to come in and go out. Right, Bianca. She wasn't expecting to be there the whole reunion because we know Cynthia may give us a crazy wig, but Cynthia normally dresses so pretty, and she puts effort in, and I feel like she wasn't ready because they didn't tell her, because they didn't know that Bang Bang wasn't going to show up. Philly Joy said, yeah, I'm agreeing. They sell it at Macy's. Yeah, like real rap. Listen, Philly Joy, I'm worse than any dope boy you know. I can eyeball work, honey. I can eyeball work. That's why I'm telling y'all. I know the rack when I see the rack. I know the rack when I see the rack. I can smell a rack. Okay. Because I notice I didn't say China or fast fashion because that's not the case. This is just what it was. Where's the one for Kelli? Because I could have swore I had her too. Wait. Hold on. Did I leave Kelli out? I know I don't like her, but did I leave her out? Maybe I did. Hold on. Let's get Kelli, y'all. Let's get Kelli. Hold on. Let's get Kelli. Hold on. This is what happens when I don't like people. I forget them. Because I really don't like Kelli. Like I don't like any of them, but I really don't like Kelli. I really, really, really don't. But yeah, I don't think that was fair to Cynthia at all. But she's a trooper and she filled in and she had their back. And I hope they appreciate it, is all I can say. I really hope they appreciate it. Yeah, I forgot to put her in the lineup. My bad, y'all. That was my bad, definitely. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull that on up. All right. So let's take a look at Kelli. And let's see what she's working with. Kelli gave us an interesting moment. Kelli definitely gave us a moment. Okay. Here we go. All right. So let's go head to toe. Okay. Well, let's just be very, very clear. This wig is one of the better ones we've seen Kelli in. This is one of the I think this is like, if not the best, one of the best looks we've seen as far as Kelli's hair. So we're gonna give her that. The makeup, much better than it was. So whoever was doing it before, I'm glad they're fired. Because this is the best makeup we've seen on Kelli. I do not know whether she has one of those prostheses under her lip to make her top lip look bigger, because I didn't know that was a thing until recently. They don't always get shots. They have this thing that they can stick under their lip to make their lip look bigger at the top to look like they got shots. It almost looks like she has one of those prostheses in. She shouldn't, because it makes her head look longer. And that's definitely not what she should be shooting for at all. Earrings are very nice, but now if y'all recall, just like I had to give marks for Shamia, like abiding by the rules, right? If you got the big dangle on the ear, leave your neck alone because it looks messy and busy. And right now, Kelli's whole look is giving messy and busy. We got an earring that's dangling, and then we got this neck cuff, which would be cute by itself, but you got a dangling ear. Plus, you got a lot going on at your cleavage, at this neckline, this deep V sweetheart situation. And then you got this huge decolletage with this leaf that's licking up, and y'all know she loves a sculpted neckline that's doing something dramatic. If you got all of this going on, Kelli, and you got a dangling ear, and you got your hair cascading and it's not up, why do you have this neck cuff on, sugar? Why is it there? Why is it there? Okay. Now I will concede that I do like the color on her. Now, had she stopped here and took the neck cuff off and take that crap out of her lip, if the rest of the dress was more simple, I could have probably gave her like a 7.5. If she stopped here, took off the necklace, and took the crap out of her lip, 7.5. But unfortunately, she did not stop there. She didn't. She then hits us with a chunky bangle moment. We got all this going on in the midriff of this dress. It should have been smoother, more long, clean lines to try to make her look a little bit taller, but she didn't. She then goes with a micro mini with ruffles at the hemline. We got a flounce, a ruffled flounce coming down in multiple places, a ruffled flounce hem. Then we got this thing, this nonsense. It's like the dress is confused. Listen, Kelli, pick one. Had she just taken this garbage off, took that flounce off, and just let it hang straight, we'd have been fine. So it was a straight dress, and it had a deep split. And so they added this weird ruffle flounce moment around her hip, and I don't understand, because now the dress is confused. It doesn't know if it's a micro mini or if it's a floor length evening gown with the split. The purse, I mean, a clutch is a clutch, I guess. I don't know where it comes in. It doesn't go with anything. I don't understand. Belize and JB, the Statue of Liberty is too short for this dress. This dress is like 3 different dresses. This is a dress. This is a dress. This is a dress. And then she brought a clutch for a whole other dress that we ain't even seen. I don't understand. Kelli, I'm confused. I'm happy that your makeup and your hair is a lot better. I really am happy about that. Y'all, what Penny Crazy Tale say? Yvette said designer had ADHD and tequila. Yes. Makeup and hair, I'm going to give you a 9. Everything else, Lord Humblewise says Kelli abuses accessories and she abuses fabric. In the name of all that is holy, what did that what did that fabric do to her? Kelli, I'm giving a 5. You only got that high because you finally fixed your makeup and your hair. I'm giving you a 5. What y'all giving Kelli? What are y'all giving Kelli? All I got is 5. That's all I got. Belize and JB gave her a 6. She's generous. Humblewise gave her a 5. No, I didn't. And I don't know how, because all of her could have fit in the camera. The cameraman played too much. Hey, Anna, she gave a 3.5. Miss Lovely T says 2. Philly Joint 6. Auntie Eva 1. Auntie Kim 1. Amanda K 2. Dang. So none of us are feeling this look. Okay. Let me grab Angela, because I clearly forgot her too. And then we're going to get to these dry interviews, y'all. I promise. I'm just very disappointed in these ladies. I'm super, super disappointed. Super. Like, what is this for? Who do we complain to? I told y'all I be accidentally just forgetting people that I don't like. I do. I don't mean to. It's like, I think it's just who I am. Like, when I don't like things or people, I just avoid them. Even when I don't mean to, it's like a second nature. It's like a reflex. Okay. Let's check out Angela. Let's give her a head to toe. Let's give her a head to toe. All right. We got a nice lace. We're not seeing it. It's not lifting. Aries Diva, don't do me. I swear I don't be meaning to. It's just like these people have really annoyed me this season very badly. I think I liked her makeup better before. The hairline is hairlining. I like it. Pretty lady. The makeup is kind of flat. I would have liked to see a little more warmth in that face, but she's a pretty lady. You really can't go wrong with that. People like Phaedra need a little more help in the face, so it's like you really can't play going flat like that. I would have liked to see a little more warmth in the face, but Angela's face is pretty. Umberwise, I don't really like the hair. I think I'm just happy that her hairline is fixed and it's not lifting and we don't see the lace. Okay. So that's what I'm giving her credit for. I like the large earring, no necklace situation because I hate to see the big earring with the necklace. So it's like, you know, Kelli, even Angela didn't do it. Why are you doing it? Right. The dress, I feel like we've seen it before. She looks nice. The color looks lovely on her complexion. She's got a very, very super cute figure. Definitely seen this dress before. Nice little plain shoe. Okay, we got our toes painted. They're not hanging off the front of the shoes. Ladies, y'all be careful lotioning the sole of y'all feet because a lot of times that's what happens. If you lotion the sole of your feet, just FYI, if you're in here, y'all know we don't play stuff like that. Make sure no matter what that you don't lotion the sole of your feet because when you put your heels on, you're gonna slip and slide, and then people gonna talk about, oh, her toes, oh, you know what I'm saying. So she got the, you know, the memo. Don't lotion the sole of your feet. I think all of them did because I don't see any bear claws. I don't think anybody's hanging over the sole of the foot. Yeah, so I think everybody kind of got it right on that. The dress overall, I'm not excited. Um, Angela is pretty, so it's kind of hard not to be pretty. Um, right, Philly joint. Your feet will push forward if you lotion the sole of your feet. So y'all be super careful. Definitely not giving her a 9. Definitely not. I'm gonna give her. I'll give her an 8. I'll give her an 8. No, that's 7.5. I feel like, and I feel like I'm not being honest if I give her an 8. I'm gonna give her 7.5 because I gotta take points away for the sheer fabric and the dress that we've seen buku times. I'm not giving you a 8 for a rerun. This is a rerun dress, right? Um, Auntie Kim says she wears socks when she getting ready to soak up the lotion off the sole of her feet. That is a very good idea, and so is witch hazel. Like if you witch hazel the sole of your feet, that's good too. Um, 7.5. So I gotta take a point for the rerun dress. Um, she looks wonderful in it though. I gotta take points for that hair, because it's not the nicest, but I had to give a point back, at least half a point back, because her hairline is right. Like her hairline is right. And she does look stunning. She shows off her figure. I like it, and I like her height. Y'all know I'm partial to the tall. For the tall ladies, do not come for me. I'm very partial to the tall ladies, so I'm gonna give her like a 7, between a 7 and a 7.5. I would have liked to see more, but if we being real, this lady's first reunion. At the same time, she's been watching the show, so I feel like you could have kind of like you knew how to come. You knew how to come. I think when it comes to fashion, Angela plays it safe a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I think that gives, yeah, Auntie Kim, it is kind of, pageanty a little. I do think though that her playing it really, really safe with fashion is why people kind of like age her older. That's one of the reasons, along with behavior, demeanor, and stuff like that. And her voice too, because she has a very strong, mature voice. So I think that's another reason that sometimes, people will age her a little older than she is. It's not because she looks old. So, people should stop crying about that. I don't think anybody really believes that Angela looks old. She just comes across older than she actually is because of the fact that, demeanor, the way you dress, all of that can play a part in it, because she don't look 43. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't believe that. But Carlos King read her ID, so you know it is what it is. If that's what she is, that's what she is, right? I don't know. I don't know. Um, what I'm gonna say is this. To me, best dressed was Shamia. Shamia beat everybody. I didn't see that coming. That was a huge surprise. I did not see that coming. To me, y'all let me know who y'all think the best dress. To me, Shamia was the best dress, hands down. Phaedra was the worst dress, hands down. Miss Doing Too Much, gotta be Kelli Farrell. Kelli is Miss Doing Too Much. And not doing near enough for me, it's gonna be Angela. She didn't do enough. You look pretty, but she really didn't do enough. So if they bring her back, I'm expecting to see some fireworks and some boom boom pow um next season. So y'all tell me who was the best, who was the worst, who did too much, and who did not do enough in your opinion in the comments. Now let's talk about these interviews. Okay. Where's my notebook? Because Lord. Um Angela sat down with Carlos King. They had an interview and she didn't give us a lot. So I'm gonna hit the highlights and we're gonna, just get through it. Okay. Well, wasn't very. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't one of those that was just like, kept you glued. Like I got distracted. Ocala gossip came in, took my attention completely off of it. Um, it just it wasn't a lot. That's all I can say. It just really wasn't a lot. I feel like I'm not going to say it was a wasted interview. I'm not going to say that. I don't think it was a wasted interview. I think we learned some stuff, okay? With Angela and Carlos King is what we're talking about. So we found out that she tested for the show back in season 3, is I believe what she said, all right? Wait, did she test for the show? No, she said season 3, her daughter's friend. Oh no, she did say that. Season 3, her daughter's friend wanted her to get on the show or whatever. How we Brandon, you got to go back and watch the replay. We at this point we don't even know Phaedra did it. We just don't know who lying. We don't even know Phaedra did it. So I need them to get clarity before anybody gets checked. Okay. So she said, that they got her, in the room. She tested with the people or whatever. And said at that time in 2017, Charles didn't want her to do it because she suspected he was still maybe doing his thing at that time. Probably was, and he didn't. Maybe he didn't want the spotlight on him because, whatever. This is what she said because y'all know that's her husband. Okay. We found out she does not know Sheree. She's never ran into her anywhere in Atlanta, but she thinks she would like Sheree. That Sheree was not one of them women like hovering around, still reaching out to him and stuff after no breakup. She was going on about her business. Said she never wanted to be on camera. She's got a background in finance. She weirdly dropped Larry King's name. I don't know what Larry King has to do with any of this, but we all like Larry King, I guess. Blah, 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 blah. Real estate, real estate, real estate. Because Carlos steered it back to real estate after the Larry King name drop, which was really awkward. Like, I don't know. And he gave her kudos for being like really transparent about being $2 million in the hole on the houses and stuff. And like really open about the debt part of real estate, which is good because people will a lot of times hear people talk about things and they romanticize situations and they don't realize that, it ain't always a win. So then she talks about the houses. The situation she was in was that she had a buyer or like an investor that was ready to pick them up. And apparently, the guy or the person or the investment, whoever they were, they backed out. So then she got stuck with the houses and had to sell them. Now, she said these were luxury properties. I'm going to be honest, they did not look like luxury properties to me. I believe they may have been overpriced and then she had to rehab them. So she needed to make more money off them. But the properties that she showed us didn't look like luxury properties. Maybe the one where her and Porsha was playing tennis, but the ones that we saw, like really saw, they didn't look like luxury properties. I'm being honest. So she's got 2 of the houses left out of the 5. I think she said the other ones are foreclosed. So, shout out to her for that. But you got LLCs, honey. That's a layer of protection, So, that hits the business, not her personally. So that's good. She talks about, being on a trip, calling Uncle Charles and him missing calls. And she was just like, that people didn't really address the fact that when he did answer, he was home and you could hear the kids in the background. And said that he's just grumpy. He's just a grumpy person. That man does love her. And I told y'all that. And I don't care if, and I know some of y'all gonna be like, that's not true because he talked whatever. Let's be honest. I don't care if it ain't true. As long as she feels like he loves her, I support her marriage. Okay. I support. her marriage, right? So then, yeah, so she basically said he's just not outwardly affectionate, and that she wouldn't be with a man who don't love her. She talks about the infidelity when it first came out. Says she was delusional about it. A lot of women are, and I'm glad that she can talk about it now. Maybe that means she feels a lot better about it, and I hope she does, because you got to live. You got to live with whatever decisions you make. So I'm glad that she's able to talk about it and she's not breaking down, because that's a sign that maybe she's healed to a certain degree past it. So it's not just, eating her up. And I like that. Okay. Say the women was DMing her, telling her stuff, and that some of the women, once they knew he was married, or if they knew he was married, they didn't care. And I'm like, girl, surprise, surprise. Okay, them women don't care about that. She said, basically, we find out, she said that she felt like Britt should have came to the reunion because she had a lot to answer for. Carlos was talking about, basically he understood about him not being cool with her being on the show. And Carlos saying that it was 75 women he tried to get on the show and their husbands was like, no. So he was giving him credit for actually, being cool this time. What was crazy, though, was hearing her say she got DMs about him cheating before she even married him. So while he was your boyfriend, you was getting DMs. When they first got married, she was getting DMs. And she was like, she was trying to give him time to dry everything up because, he had been out there single for so long. She went through the phone. Said he calls her Inspector Gadget or something to that degree for going through his stuff. She said when they split up, it was only for like 3 or 4 months. Say they did therapy, now they're good. And then she tried to address women in her position, which I don't really agree with. I feel like, don't tell another woman how to handle it. Like, she was like, oh, if he's trying and stay with your man or whatever, like, I don't believe in that. I believe in you do what works for you. Like, if Charles cheated on her and she could work through it and she saw he was making the effort, and like she say, oh, he's going to go to therapy, he want his wife, he want his family, blah, blah, blah. Cool, right? You want to stay. I support a woman's right to do whatever works for her. If you know you ain't going to ever get over it, if you know you're not going to ever have peace, if you know every time you look at him the wrong way, it's going to pop back in your head and you're never going to be happy, leave, girl. I don't care what he's trying. You don't owe it to a man to stay for any reason. You don't. If you are being cheated on and you are emotionally damaged to the point where you cannot take no more, don't let nobody guilt you into staying with no man you don't want to be with. You do not. Don't let them blame it on the church, on children, on nothing. Children don't need to see their mama happy. 1. 2, don't let them blame it on the church. In the book of Matthew, if they cheating, you can go get a right and a divorcement. Like, don't blame. Listen, if you need to go. And if you want to stay, I support you. Then her and Carlos had this weird conversation about how to respectfully disrespect your wife. Talking about he wasn't disrespectfully cheating. Girl, stop excusing yourself. If you wanted to stay, you wanted to stay. That's your husband. Don't try to clean it up. He wouldn't. I had to look for it. If I didn't look for it, I wouldn't see it. So he was cheating and lying. Okay. So, it wasn't right in my face, So since he hid it, that was respectful. Apparently, to her and Carlos, if a man cheats on you and lie to you while he cheating, then that's respectful. Apparently there's a respectful way to be disrespectful. Okay. I thought that was interesting. She let it be known that she knew that Porsha's joke was aimed at her and that it wasn't about her husband. And I thought that was very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. So you knew it wasn't about your husband, but you sat on the show pretending like, oh, I can't let her in my house. She said she'll F my husband. I know she'll F somebody's husband. You knew it wasn't about your husband. It's the same thing I've been saying all season, because I never fell for your crap, Angela. Angela admitted that she knew Porsha's statement was about her. And she knew I was in earshot. Of course she knew you were in earshot. She didn't care if you heard her because that was for you. That wasn't about your husband. So she admitted she knew that. And that just, further solidifies that you're full of crap. Yeah, Auntie Kim say I'm not the stand kind. I don't let people play in my face. And guess what? If you leave, the sisterhood should support you. And for the women who feel like they're going to fight and pray for their marriage, the sisterhood should support you too, because that is your marriage. Auntie Eva say, that's what makes me think she may know he cheating now as well. Yeah, but that's her business. That man ain't had no business approaching her. And let me say this. Yeah, how do you respectfully cheat on your wife? And let me say this. When it comes to Angela and these men, this man who is going out of his way to disrespect her and talking about, I'm on your neck, I got a grievance with her husband, blah, blah, blah. Angela, if you sticking with your husband, you know who he is. You committed to him. You love him in spite of. And that's what love is supposed to be. Up to your limit, right? You love him in spite of. Up to your limit. Why would you let anybody in the world know at all that they could knock you off your square by telling you something about your husband? This man went there for the sole purpose of getting clout off of you and your husband. And he was able to approach you about your husband. And you so shook up, you getting private investigators, having meetings, playing, Quincy, medical inspector, got darn Sherlock Holmes, you turning into McLeod, you turning into Macmillan and Wife and Jake and the Fat Man and Magnum PI. You doing all of this. Girl, that's your husband. You know your husband. Why would you let that man come tell you something about your husband? I don't like that. Angela need to stop that. Like, respect yourself. If anything, you were supposed to cuss him out for coming in your face to tell you anything about a man that you sleep next to every night. Did you hire him to babysit your husband for you? Because if you did not, Angela, you were supposed to cuss him out on the spot. You were supposed to make it so clear that he wouldn't even been a footnote. But instead, you tracking it down. You want to talk to him. You want to find out. You find out what? You know your husband. Good, bad, and ugly. What kind of stuff is that? That was embarrassing. Like, I had secondhand embarrassment for you. Auntie Kim said I couldn't live in that type of insecurity. But you don't let nobody do that to you, ladies. Don't do that. That's for anybody. Don't let nobody walk up and tell you nothing about your man. If you ain't hired them to watch no man for you, I don't know who need to hear this. If you did not hire somebody to watch a man for you, girl, if you don't cuss them people out and get them out your face, that kind of irritated me. But yeah, she admitted she knew that what Porsha said wasn't for her. She knew it wasn't for her. I mean, for her husband. She knew that was about her. She knew that. But she made it about the husband and, my husband, my girl, bye. And you know why she did it. So she's still playing victim. And I'm just like, I don't like the victim type stuff. Y'all know I don't do that. Talking about she felt disrespected by Porsha. And Porsha apologized because I wouldn't. You disrespected her too. You did. You did. And we're going to get to that. Because you sat up there, you arguing with Bang Bang Sleazy. You ran from Bang Bang to just dry attack Porsha for no reason. You disrespected her at her darn birthday after you brought a whole there she don't even like. So yes, she disrespected you. Y'all disrespected each other. Y'all owed each other an apology. Right. She should have acted more unbothered. She should have. Because what the hell? How you let anybody come tell you about your husband? You sleep by that man every night. Yeah, when it was mentioned, she looked really shook up. And I didn't like that in that moment. I was like, she let them get the best of her, and that was not cool. I like Porsha. She's a fun girl. I can't align myself with somebody who would say that. Like, girl, shut up. Porsha apologized, blah, blah, blah. Kenya and Britt, Pow Pow Talk. She said at Shamia house when Shamia and Britt sat down before she went and sat down with Porsha. Remember when Britt was doing the apology tour? She said that's when she kind of realized like Britt was not sorry. No accountability for anything. So, blah, blah, blah with that. And she was talking about how Britt was talking about, oh, I'm going to see y'all there. I'm ready to see y'all there, and didn't show up. So she was surprised. Says she feels like she's suing, like not really suing because she hasn't paid the money, but that she would do a suing stunt because she wanted, attention and wanted eyes on her. That she feels like Kelli flip-flopped on her and ran for the hills because Britt was flopping. Basically. And then like her talk about Shamia was weird too. Oh, I felt like me and Shamia were, building a friendship, and I confided in her, and, she didn't check Porsha about the comment, and basically admitted that she did what she did because Shamia didn't check her best friend for you, who she just met. And I thought it was weird because you're saying Shamia, you confided in Shamia, but Shamia didn't tell your private business. I don't know. She didn't repeat nothing you said, but she repeated what she said. Carlos tried to pull the jealous talk with the Porsha and Shamia of it all. Do you think Portia's jealous of Shamia? Shamia jealous of Porsha? Angela says she don't think nobody's jealous of nobody. She said if anything, she feel like Shamia probably just wanted to be on the platform and like that. Maybe she coveted being on the platform, but she don't think either one of them ladies are jealous, and I don't think so either. Then she got to the Phaedra thing. I was never a fan. She did like the read that she gave Kenya about the pizza and the sperm donor. She said she felt like Phaedra was going to come for her. She felt like that Phaedra was jabbing at her for drama. Oh, I got my discernment up, And then that's when she said the guy told her that it was Phaedra. So now if we find out that this man did not say that, because he's claiming he's going to release DMs, if we get them DMs and that man did not say it was Phaedra, I'm going to have a problem with Angela. I need to see something where he alluded to or like led her to believe that, because she did bluntly say that. And that's when she was like, oh, but he's from Athens. His sister his sister went to school with her brother. I hope. And it's like now that I'm looking at the notes, see, this is why I be having the notes. Okay, y'all ready? Because now we got to play Inspect the Gadget. Let's talk about it. If we know something for sure, and we've been told something, we believe it, why do we need to give supporting evidence like, oh, they were both in Athens and his sister went to school with her brother? Think about that. Let's think. Like, okay, y'all on this channel, y'all know me. Y'all been here hanging with me since 2021 when we got here, right? A lot of y'all been rocking for a long time. So y'all know where y'all know I'm from. Those of y'all who don't know Ocala, y'all know for sure I'm from Florida, right? Okay, so boom. If y'all know I'm from Florida and somebody say, where Nitra from, y'all gonna say she from Florida. Or some of y'all might say she from Ocala, Florida. If I'm right, put a 1 in the chat because I want to make sure y'all are keeping up with my line of thought here, okay? Put a 1 if you get what I'm saying. Put a 1 if you get what I'm saying, right? If somebody says, where's Nitra from? You just gonna say, oh, she from Florida. Because why? You know that to be true. You might say Ocala, Florida. You might say Ocala. But you're just gonna say what you know, right? So I see some 1s. Some of y'all ain't interacting with me, and I'm not sure why. But I see some 1s. So it's clear, like when it's something you know and you don't have a question and you didn't have to put it together with spit and glue, you're not going to try to be spouting off supporting evidence. You're just going to say what you know. It's going to be matter of fact, right? Right? That ain't what she did. Now that I'm looking back at these notes, that's not what she did. First, she said, he told me it was Phaedra. Thank y'all for the ones. Then, she said, well, he's a wanted sex offender, not wanted, but he has, a sex offense or whatever, and that he wanted it to stay hidden. So she alluded to the fact that she blackmailed him, and we heard him say also in his video that she did blackmail him, or, like, you don't want this to come out, right? But then she goes, well, he had an Athens connection because, they're both from Athens, and see, his sister went to school with Phaedra's brother. And I'm sitting there like, wait, now that I'm looking back at the notes, why would we need to know that his sister went to school with Phaedra's brother? What does that have to do with anything? If he told you it was Phaedra, he told you it was Phaedra, right? If I say, who robbed my house, and you say Biscuit robbed my house, then Biscuit robbed my house. Simple. Simple. Not Biscuit robbed my house. Well, it had to be him because he had on black shoes, and so who was the person who kicked in the door? Biscuit robbed my house. So now she giving me this. Now that I'm looking back at it, it's making me wonder. Did this man blatantly say it was Phaedra? Did he mention that his sister went to school with Phaedra's brother? Did you get that from the PI, that he's from Athens, and you found out his siblings and what high schools they went to, and then you went to see if he also went to school with Phaedra's, anybody in Phaedra's family, or with her, and you found out it was the brother? Because a lot of people went to school with Phaedra's brother, including Nene, according to Phaedra. Because I remember Phaedra telling Nene, like, oh, you went to school with my brother and you was older than my brother. Y'all remember that? So did this man give her this information about, oh, I know of Phaedra. We both from Athens and blase squaze. Did he bluntly say Phaedra? Because now I'm starting to doubt it looking back at these notes. Or did he tell you, well, Lamont invited me and you wanted to know who told him to say thus and so because you did not want to accept what he was saying? Because she sat on Carlos King's couch and said Phaedra made up a rumor. This doesn't sound like anybody made up a rumor, honey. This is sounding like this boy works at this restaurant and he saw some dirt on your husband and he wanted to get clout off you and your husband. But you sat up there and said that Phaedra made up this rumor. That's what you said. You said it. The notes are here. I'm not sitting here writing this in. This is what I took down while she was talking. And y'all know this is what I do. Definitely give me Phaedra Nene, Phaedra Candy. Like, she's trying to work a lot of this in. Yeah, it's like she's trying to imagine reasons that it's Phaedra, or like maybe she wants it to be Phaedra. I don't know. Humble Wise says, interesting that Angela felt comfortable enough to interview with Carlos in her home when Phaedra is a topic. I mean, I think that Phaedra was one topic, but she talks about a lot of different stuff. And most of the housewives are like happy to interview with Carlos because they know it's exposure. Because whether I like him or not, he does have a name. Auntie Eva said, it does seem like she's trying to entangle Phaedra in it. Yeah, it's not given, straight up you telling the whole truth. It's given, I'm going to make sure that we entangle this. I just want to know, did he lead her into that? And now she's, how sometimes if the suggestion is there, everything we see, we're going to make it fit, or whether this is something of her own. I want to see like how it was said. Say, it does seem like she's trying to make it fit. I believe it. Something's funny. Deborah says, this is why I think someone wants us to think it's Phaedra. You got an excellent point, Deborah. Some ain't right. Lucky ATL NJ, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Is this your first time? If so, welcome. If not, welcome back. Y'all welcome Lucky ATL New Jersey to the chat. Y'all put your welcomes in. Let me put mine in first. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please subscribe. Please come back. We're happy to have you. Yeah, somebody ain't yeah, Miss Nisi, she said that. Oh, Phaedra made up the rumor. Now there's a whole conversation about CCTV footage that NBC Universal was trying to get from the restaurant that he's saying he actually got. So if there's even talk of footage, you know Phaedra ain't made up a goddamn thing. Now, trying to clean up your business and keep people out of your business, I respect that. But don't do it at the expense of another sister. I don't care who she is. I don't care if it is Phaedra. Don't do that. Y'all can't tell me something about this don't smell right. Because it doesn't smell right. It doesn't. And don't mind that my nose is flat. I can still smell. Okay. I'm a real mom. Y'all know the minute we get pregnant with the first child, our nose picks up everything. And I smell something ain't right. Okay. It's your second time. Well, welcome back. We're so glad to have you, honey. But yeah, something ain't right about this. Something. See, I don't believe Angela. Then she says that, she went to Phaedra for info, and that Phaedra was giving her info and stuff on what to do, how to do, what was what or whatever. And oh, she's so surprised. And I'm like, are you surprised, or does this fit what you needed to believe, or did this person really lead you into that? Because something about the way you saying this is not adding up. See, this, let me tell y'all something. This is one of the reasons I write down what people say. Because you can say something, and then by your next statement, you can mess around and impeach what you just said. Something about this don't sound right. She ended up by saying the reunion was good. Everybody did a good job saying their point. Uncle Charles was there. Everybody got along, had a good time. She gave her little weird dreamcast, and I don't care. Like I said, it was a really dry interview, and I can't believe I missed that when I was writing it down. Wow. Belize and JB says someone had to have mentioned Phaedra to her because everyone was thinking it was Brit. Yeah, but do not forget she hired a private investigator to find all his business. If he actually was from Athens, I can see her connecting dots on her own. Nobody had to say it if she was connecting dots and, making it make sense on her own. Somebody wants to put Phaedra in it, and that's what concerns me. Very, very fishy. Very fishy. It's giving very fishy. I don't think I like this one. So let's get on to the nonsense of Porsha, because she only had a couple of statements that I wanted to address, because y'all know Porsha makes my scalp itch. Umberwise says Angela and Carlos seem friendly. I mean, yeah, because everybody knows Carlos. He was blacklisted from Bravo, and now Phaedra is back on RHOA. Carlos was excited to expose Phaedra as the interviews. Big scoop. I don't see it. I just think Carlos was being Carlos. Belize and JB said, well, all she has to do is show the name she claimed the guy wrote down. But what we saw in the clip was he typed something on a cell phone I didn't see, or pull something up. Let me find out he pulled up that email from Lamont, and she done went and put Phaedra in it. If I find that out, because I just thought about that. Maybe he didn't type in something. Maybe he was pulling up the email, because we just listened to him say that Lamont emailed him. Because at first I was like, when y'all said it was Lamont, I'm like, well, did he call him, or he just told him, hey, come up, she's up here? He emailed him an invite. Belize and JB said, well, all she has to do is show the name he claimed he wrote down. I think something funny. Yeah, it smells the high heavens. Virgo gets everybody know fate. Well, then you should know that all of them got a lying history. Then we looking at a screen full of lying heifers. That's why y'all miss stuff, because y'all keep trying to ascribe a negative behavior to one person or another. We've caught them all lying. Right. I can see why she would use Phaedra's name, because, and not so much the line of it all. It's the scandal with her and Candy, that whole big minutia, right? That's why she's not her, because I don't want to say for sure, but it looks fishy. I'm going to say it looks fishy, but that would be why somebody would want to put her name back in the jackpot. That also explains why Andy Cohen was told Shamia, oh, Phaedra's here to stay. So I told y'all, I just did not believe it. It didn't add up to me. And normally when things don't make sense to me, it's because it ain't right. And this was no exception. So some of the stupid stuff that Porsha had to say, well, not even all the way stupid, just the whole waiting to exhale fake moment, AI moment with Porsha. I was really annoyed because, like, girl, this was not a waiting to exhale moment. It was not. You was not his lover and his secretary working every day of the week. You did not do 11 years. You didn't do none of that. You was there for a year and some change. You know what I'm saying? You found out that he was finna be on a slow boat back to Nigeria, and you jumped ship. And I'm not blaming you. I'm not mad at you. Like I said, I don't put people together. I don't break them up. You stay when you stay. I feel you, Virgo girl. You stay when you stay. You leave when you leave. I don't care, right? However, that was a bit much. Like, girl, this is not that dramatic. It's just not that dramatic. You escaped with your money intact. He was not able to attach your name to any of his debt. Hallelujah. The prenup was enforced. Blessed be his name. And you free to go. Okay. One thing that she said in that interview, and I was like, when I heard it, I said, I told y'all that heifer was looking for a fantasy, and y'all didn't want to believe me. I told you. Porsha need all kind of mental help because she's crazy. She was looking for a fantasy, and all y'all seeing is rich man, rich man. She who the hell want a po one? At this point, she'd have made too much money to go get some po man. Like, that's just stupid. Unless you Keke Palmer, who the hell is doing that, right? So she was trying. I keep telling y'all, she's trying to get a fantasy. She's not gotten over what went on between Diane and her daddy. She ain't. And she keep trying to recreate it. Keep trying to recreate it. Yep, she looking for a fairy tale, and it's not going to happen. Nope. Not even because it's just you. It's because life don't work like that. Life don't work like that. For whatever reason, she does not understand. Your mama didn't get married to get divorced either, Porsha. Your mama got married expecting it was going to work, and then your daddy was a hoe. Simple. Simple. And she keep trying to recreate it. That's why every man that she considers to be a good prospect, 100 miles an hour, she running at it. Let's get married right now. Let's go. Let's run down the aisle. And then how many times you gonna let this blow up in your face, girl? How many times? Get help. I'm just glad she finally admitted it. Because I told y'all this. Some of y'all were live. Let me see if I can find that clip, because I want y'all to hear it out of her mouth. I told y'all that heifer sick. And this is not like me saying it like, oh, let's beat up on the slow girl. Like, that ain't it. What I'm saying is sick as in she has not addressed what's going on in her brain, and she's making stupid mistakes and dragging her child into it. Either way, Lucky, she gonna stun on some other women because she's not gonna go get a poor man. Like, she's just not gonna do it. Y'all can let that fantasy go. And I don't know why y'all fantasizing about black women going to get poor people. She's not gonna do it. If this girl was making 1.5 to 2 million every season with Bravo, why on earth would she go get a poor man? She's definitely gonna find a man that got more than her. Hey, Paige. Yeah, Phaedra was very easy to implicate because she always running her mouth. Always running her mouth. She living in fantasy land. Porsha has got, listen, I ain't no professional, but I've been around and I got common sense. Her mom and her daddy splitting like that was very traumatic to her. A lot of children in divorces, it's very traumatic to the children. And I think that she has arrested development. And I'm not saying anything derogatory before y'all come for me in the replay comments, because I know y'all laugh, y'all know me, you know better. But I think her brain on a certain level stopped at that age. If she was like 14 or so, or 13 when it happened, it's like her brain in some ways in certain areas of her life stopped right there. That's why we see her acting like a big, slow, dumb girl when it comes to men. It's like she's not getting it. She keeps trying to fix something that's not fixable, and she needs to accept that real life don't always go the way you plan. Humble Wise say, Nitra, I like how you tell the plain truth of a situation, but you are compassionate. I'm a woman first. Even though some of these women get on my last nerve, all of them. But I told y'all that's what this girl was doing. I called it. She needs all kinds of therapy that she ain't getting. Paige say, yeah, because at this point, it's not just men, it's Porsha. Remember, she tried to rush Dennis to marry her, and when he didn't, she ran to Simple Simon. That ain't what happened. No, ma'am. No, sis. She wanted to rush to get married. She got pregnant. She got the pregnancy special. He cheated on her while she was pregnant with the big engagement ring after the whole big gesture. And then that's when they split, and then they got back together. Then they split, and then they stayed split. Now, that's what happened. He cheated on that girl while she was pregnant because she jumped up and ran and got pregnant for him, running to marriage, and she didn't know that man. Porsha didn't know Dennis. She know him now, but she didn't know him then. She didn't. Porsha is still like damaged, and she's not ready to address it, and that's why she keep doing stupid stuff. And if she don't go get some help, she gonna be stupid again. Auntie Kim say her therapist isn't helping much. She needs to learn by being herself and heal. Here's the problem. Y'all can say that all day. Being yourself and healing, being yourself and self-healing don't work all the time. When you got trauma like that, you need to go to a professional so they can give you some tools. But the trip is when you go to therapy, you actually have to tell them people the truth. And some people go to therapy and stay fronting. Very emotionally stunted. Thank you, because I'm like, am I the only person seeing that this girl act like she in middle school? I'm the only one see this. Okay. Hey, sweet beloved, thank you for being 109. Miss Kaiser so say, thank you so much for the super chat, girl. Thank you. We wish you could join more often too. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Stoner Gaming, because I'm gonna get this clip. Saying, remember when she and Lauren went to their daddy's grave, Porsha said she hadn't been there in a while. That says a lot about her relationship and feelings about her dad leaving. Yes. And because she don't feel like he just left her mama, she felt like he left her too, and she's not gotten over it. She keep trying to rewrite history with these dysfunctional, jacked up, microwave relationships where she don't even wait to know who these men are. Yep, she did it with the football player she threw the party for. He ran. He was smart. He ran. Right. She really didn't know Dennis. She ain't know Simon either. Show didn't. See, I agree. Porsha has placed her dad on a pedestal. He passed away, and I think she's stuck. Yep, they go off of what you tell them. And if you go to the therapist and you're not honest, you are wasting your money. And you still got all your damage and no tools on how to deal with it. Like, you got to be honest with your therapist. Let me see if this is the one. Hold on. I think this is the clip. I think this is the clip. Y'all got to hear this. Y'all listen to this audio. This girl need help. Like, I'm telling you, Porsha is going to do this again. For all the people that are triggered because the men she's running behind got money, who else she supposed to talk to? You know, like, please stop that with black women. Listen, sisters, if you making in the six figures, that's where you supposed to be fishing. If she making 1.52 million per season and she been there back to back, she's not supposed to be talking to a cool thousandaire. Okay. So get past the money part, but look at the pathology, the mental pathology of what's going on with Porsha. Porsha is, and that's not a diss. I'm just saying, like, if she don't fix it, she's gonna do it again. She's gonna do it again. That's all I'm saying. But listen, here we go.
I can't connect with other men. You know, it's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just when it's not the same, it's not the same. So different this time. I'm gonna be alone until I'm whole, and then when I'm whole, then I will, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again. When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting like, do I like women?
No.
I can't with a woman. Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh
Jesus.
my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him.
No.
But, yeah, it'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, and I think that it's lonely.
And see that right there. That's how I know she gonna mess up again. First of all, and feel a part of what I felt with him. He sold you the fantasy. Now he sold you the fantasy better than the rest of them because he knew how to talk to you and stuff. But he wasn't no good either. And do I want a woman who can feel? No, you need time with you, Jesus, and a therapist, and probably some medication. You, therapy, Jesus, and a little bitty white pill. That's start there. Start there, Porsha. Let's go there first. Okay, but hold on. There's more. That's what I'm telling y'all. This girl, she need help.
And I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not going to look for it anymore. So I'm not going to like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, who do I like? Who could I be around? Because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this, sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day. Each day I get better. Each day I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living lonely when you have to live lonely for a while. And I think,
and she never sat with the loss of losing her daddy. She didn't. She ain't never deal with it.
Well, now that my divorce is finalized, yes, I'm finally able to exhale. I really am. It comes with mixed feelings. It's probably more of like, it's not like a smooth, like, because it's not smooth. Like, it's kind of surreal. I mean, divorces are so long and drawn out and so ugly. But I'm just glad not to be in the fight anymore. I'm glad not to battle anymore. I really hope that I can just send love out and be done with like fighting and protecting myself and being in defense mode. I'm just ready to move on and live. I really am. I'm ready for what's next. I really, really am. And I forgive myself and I truly forgive him. And I'm done with the animosity. And I'm done with what could have been. Well, now, and I'm done with what could have been. And I'm also done fantasizing about what it could have been. Because when you have a marriage like mine that felt...
Girl, that man sold you what you wanted to hear. And some men are very good at telling you what you want to hear with your big dumb self. Furthermore, I told y'all, fantasy. I'm done fantasizing. Stop. Just stop. Just freaking stop. Stop. It ain't gonna happen. Stop. Just stop. That's okay. Vet, if you like her, a lot of people like her. You know me, I just don't like none of them. Because at any given moment, I catch them lying. And and Porsha do some snake stuff. It really gets on my nerves. Ain't nothing fake about the fact that she's sick in the head. She telling y'all she's sick in the head and y'all ain't listening. What's bad is she don't even know she telling y'all she's sick in the head. And y'all going right past it. Sick in the head. Y'all probably got some sick people around you, and y'all, they be telling y'all they sick, and y'all ain't listening. Deborah also have a feeling there's something going on between her and Shamia at the probably so. I heard they had some stuff and there wasn't no resolution. But all I'm saying is I told y'all that Porsha was living in a fantasy world. And until she claims she done fantasizing, I'm gonna give her this much credit because at least you realize you fantasizing. At least you realize that you fantasizing a little bit. But I still don't think she completely owns the level of fantasy and escapism that she's living in. Because she living in a whole alternate reality from the rest of us. She ain't living in the real place. She ain't. She got damaged with Cordell. And I think that took her all the way back to that mess with her daddy. And instead of her dealing with it, that's when we get, the princess of Thoughtlandia. So now you gonna act out. Now you half naked, everything is twerk, twerk, twerk. I'm the princess of Thoughtlandia. No, ma'am, you're acting out because you have emotional damage because this man hurt you. And it was real reminiscent of how your daddy did your mama. That heifer ain't been right in the head since her daddy messed up with Lauren mama. Because if y'all recall, the Porsha we got after her and Cordell divorced is not the Porsha Williams we met. Mm-mm. That was a trauma response. And she been messed up in the head ever since. Every man we see her talk to, 100 miles an hour, she run at him. Auntie Kim say, unfortunately, she's one of them women that would never feel complete without a man. It makes it easier for a man to sell them a dream because they always looking for a fantasy. Yes, she better get some help. Because, see, the next man might be real dangerous because it got worse and worse. The first one, the football player, he took off running. Remember, she got pregnant, lost the baby, right? He ran. Then you get Dennis. Dennis told her everything she wanted to hear, make the big helicopter ride, to propose, all that. He cheat on you while you're pregnant with your baby. That fell through. This one got you down the aisle and gave you 50-11 wedding ceremonies, telling you everything you want to hear, and you don't even know his real name for real. Because he got fake IDs, fake passports. He done been deported, snuck back, all that knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. He trying to sneakily attach your name to some of his debt. Because out of all 4-5 wives, you done had more than all of them put together. So he trying to sneakily attach your name to some debt because I'm not slow. I know a con when I see one. And I don't want to have to, enforce no prenup. Of course you don't want to enforce the prenup because we're going to talk about him next. Right, Deborah, she ain't admitted that to herself. Her daddy wasn't a good man. And sometimes that's hard to admit. A lot of girls have a hard time admitting that. It's especially when they, still want to hold on to this fantasy about who their fathers were. After everything, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she just have a hard time saying that. And shout out to the good daddies, because every daddy ain't raggedy. But she need to, come to terms with the fact that your father was just a bad man. Spend time with yourself. Let the man find you next time. Instead of going to look for one. Just, let him find you. Humble Wise said, living in that mansion won't help too. Too many triggers and memories of life with Simon. She going to end up acting out and doing a bunch of self-destructive behaviors. That's what's going to end up happening. Yep, she needs therapy to help with that. She do. See, y'all both like Porsha. I'm not mad at you. Like, please don't follow my lead. Because if you go by me, you ain't going to like none of them. Deborah Rana said, yeah, that's the first step, but she really has to accept her dad's flaws. Right. And if he was good in some areas, then own that. In the areas where he was not good, own that too. And that's no reflection on you because your parent has flaws. Your parents are humans. But she needs to accept reality. And unfortunately, in my humble opinion, Porsha don't live in reality. She don't. That's all dumb jokes aside. But she don't. Now let's talk about Simona, Simon, whatever y'all want to call him, because I've had enough of him too. So listen. So he done did this interview, and I'm just like, child, who Mary, who gives a dang, right? Talking about Porsha, because he still want to stay in the spotlight, and the divorce is over, and we really don't care about you. No, the daddy was cheating, and Diane divorced, is what happened. That part. So no, he didn't have to get away. He was just a scumbag man. There's no excuse for a man being a scumbag. You got a wife and a child, you're cheating on your wife, you're being a scumbag. Now, I don't think that anybody should have tried to separate their family, but once the wife had enough, she had every right to divorce that man. Because unlike her child, Diane lives in reality, so she got rid of the man, and that's what you're supposed to do. Because ain't no telling how much more damage could have been done to the child if he'd have stayed in the house and they was in there fighting like cats and dogs and stuff. He went and created a family with the woman he was cheating with, Lauren mama. Now that's how that went. So anyway, with Simon, so he done did an interview, child, and it was just a couple of things. It was a couple of things that I thought was entertaining with this interview of his. He wants attention so bad. He's so desperate for attention. Where he's going on and on about, I think she targeted me from day one for financial reasons. Like, sir, she wasn't poor. She's never going to talk to a man that ain't got money. Like, forget it. Okay. And number 2, Simon, you're old and ugly. I don't know if you needed to know, if you weren't aware. Should we hold your hand when we say it? You're old and ugly. No young, attractive woman is anywhere near you if not for money. Fallon was not with you for money. We saw your son's mother. She's very attractive too. She was with you for money. Like, literally, you would have to pay the food to stay on your plate if it was conscious. Ain't nobody with you if they not there for money, Simon. The nerve of you. Like, you lead with your money because you know you're ugly. Like, you know this. Like, men like Simon irritate my nerves. Like, he's as irritating as a thrombosed hemorrhoid. Because what are you even saying, sir? Nobody's with you other than for money. Like, nobody but King Jesus and your mama would be dealing with you if not for money. Like, just stop it. Stop it. Yeah, Miss Lisa is Lauren's mama. Miss Lisa is her mama. So look, Dan says that he was in a vulnerable place. Listen now, when Porsha was in his DMs praying for him during his divorce with Fallon. So now you done let it out. We found out that she contacted him first, but now you letting us know that she was talking to you through your divorce. So she wasn't going with you before y'all split up. I know a lot of people gonna pretend they didn't hear that because it don't fit the narrative we want to go with. It don't fit the narrative. See, it's easier to say if a black woman is attractive that she's a whore, a harlot, Jezebel, Vashti, all of them, right? When in reality, this wasn't hoisms. This was desperate behavior. This was desperate daddy issue behavior. I don't know why y'all won't call stuff what it is. He going through a divorce. I know he'll get married. I know he got some money. I'm going to pray for you while you going through a divorce. Who told you to do that? See, she zeroed in. And all the while, I called her the snitch. I still feel like she the snitch. But, I was in a vulnerable place. Simon, you were not in a vulnerable place like that. Like, I think you were upset. I think you were feeling spiteful because Fallon got pregnant by the pool boy. Okay. What vulnerable place? Where was the vulnerable place? Where was it? Where was it? Doesn't make sense. So I got all kind of questions about that. But the idea that he was like, I felt like I was targeted because of my money. No woman is talking to you without money. Just stop it. He then was like really happy to let everybody know that Porsha told the truth about reaching out to him about Pilar, and he ignored it. And I'm like, that's fine because that ain't that man's child. That ain't the man's child. He don't have to, respond or whatever, right? Bragging about that is a weird flex to me. Talking about, oh, she realized she made a mistake at that point, and I was done. And it's like, it's not like, you're not a catch, sir. You're not. Like, you're a whole illegal. Wise said he didn't mention what he liked about Porsha. Very emotionally damaging. I hope Porsha paid his interview no mind. The way he looked shows how much Porsha photoshopped his photos. Oh, yes. He's old and ugly. Like, the girl was there for money. Like, who wouldn't? Like, nobody is with this man for anything other than money. Stop it. I know that wasn't the only woman he cheated with. But I'm saying but that was one of the women he cheated with, and he built a family with her and continued the relationship that he started while he was still married to Diane. Right. He should definitely be more concerned with his deflated balloon, for sure. Mm-hmm. Same thing happened between my mother and my father, but I didn't love him any less. In fact, my stepmother and I were very close before she passed. I chose not to hold grudges on my mother's behalf. Well, the thing is, Porsha gets along with Miss Lisa. Diane and Lisa get along, but Porsha has still not, like, wired herself to come to terms with the fact that somebody can be good to you in some ways and they can still do bad things. Or, maybe she's having a hard time marrying the image in her mind of my wonderful daddy as opposed to this bad guy who hurt my mama. And maybe that's what she's having a hard time linking it up. Okay. Yeah, because he was trying to play an American girl and it just didn't play out. Like, she wasn't dumb enough to let you attach your debt to her, because I feel like that's what he really pissy about. He thought, y'all remember that debt he was in, wasn't paying for that private jet and stuff. I think he was trying to attach that girl to that debt, because you married to people, them debts, it gets sticky when it's time to separate them debts if there's no prenup there to protect your money. And I think that was one of the biggest situations, right? He's talking about that he don't normally, all his other marriages he didn't challenge prenups, but he challenging this one because he realized he was targeted. First of all, Negro, you challenging it because you don't want that debt attached to you. That's number one. Number two, when that $7 million house sells, if you don't pay the alimony, if you don't pay the house note, when she sells it or refinances it in 2027, that everything you didn't pay is going to have interest accrued, and the courts are going to give it to her out of your portion of the equity in that house. That is why you're challenging it, because you don't want to have to pay her. But if you don't pay her, when that house sells or gets refinanced, your portion of the equity is still going to give her that money, and you're not going to get your full portion of the equity of that house. That's what you know. That's what you know. Ooh, girl, you digging deep. I like it. Y'all see what Humble Wise said? She said if Porsha dad just kept on cheating with random women, or after he divorced just kept being a loosey-goosey, it would have been less traumatic. The fact that her dad demonstrated that he could be a family man with a new family is a huge blow. Right. And you know what else? We don't know that he didn't keep cheating. But we know for her, looking outside, looking in at, them being a family, she probably romanticized it in her head that everything was just so perfect over there. She don't know what Miss Lisa was going through with that man. Definitely in Scotland making money. And he's definitely on the internet looking dumb because he knows there's no way for him to stiff her. He can't stiff her, and he's mad. Hey, Ashley, thank you for being 113. He's mad about it. And then the other thing was, the child support wasn't paid in good faith. It was to give a narrative to the court and the public. First of all, then give her the money back. Same thing I say about your useless, ungrateful baby's mammy. If you feel like it wasn't in good faith, sir, give her the money back. When you paying her $40 a month, add the child support in. Just give it back to her. Because, if that's how you feel, just be like, well, I know you didn't mean it. No way. He'll take it. Simple. What's your problem? What's your problem? Since she's such a bad person and everything about it is so bad, You didn't feel like everything about her was so bad till she left you. Till she left you. Then all of a sudden, everything about her was so bad. Oh, oh, Simon. Oh, simple Simon. Y'all want to hear what Peter got to say? Because I'm curious as to why. And I didn't listen. I saw it while we were on here. And I felt like we may as well listen to him together because I don't know what his weird obsession is with these housewives women, especially Porsha. It's getting creepy. Because Peter definitely too old. And you was married to Cynthia and they friends and stuff. And that's kind of, I don't know. But listen.
When I fucking do this, but sometimes I just got to speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? I just came home and I saw Shamia post, and that was riveting to say the least.
He just came home.
First time he's actually talking. Now, right?
First time
in real life, when we all saw Porsha file for divorce, I talked to Simon immediately, and he told me that he was blindsided. So, what, a year later, he's still saying the same thing? And I believe him. I also believe he was targeted. I do. I don't care what nobody says. I believe that shit. Okay? And I believe that it's somewhat his fault. And like he said, he was in not the right state of mind, and he's guilty of committed, and he think that's something he wanted, and he thought it was real, and it wasn't. Okay? I'm sorry for him. I know what it's like. I was on that show. Okay? But
this the problem, believes in JB. He was supposed to be doing 18 months. Why is he home? It ain't been no 18 months since he posted said he was turning himself in. That ain't been no 18 months. That ain't been. Let me go to his page. Let's see when he turned himself in, because he was supposed to have 18 months. So did they let him out with an ankle bracelet? Like, what's going on? Or did he take it down? He took it down. Because this man, or maybe he just put the picture up like he was going to turn himself in, but it's not time yet. I don't know. Just one society place. I guess that's his new place, or a place with a partner, with his partners. I don't know. Something going on. Because I'm trying to figure out how he just getting home. Like, did you turn yourself in or not? Because he supposed to had 18 months. Charge time served when he didn't. You get time served when you sit in the jail waiting on your trial and your sentencing, and that's not what happened. He was not in jail waiting on trial or sentencing, so ain't no time served. Either he ain't turned himself in yet, or they don't let him out and like put him on a program with an ankle monitor or halfway house or something. Because how you out? It ain't been no 18 months. Right. The fantasizing halts her acceptance of what happened is her brain trying to protect her. That's true. But like that just causes more damage. That stuff fester and then it comes out in the worst kind of ways. Mm-hmm. But you know, a lot of women have a hard time putting blame on men, and a lot of times it starts with they no good daddies. Which would explain why I have no problem holding men accountable. My daddy was the bomb. So he didn't give me a bunch of trauma like where I gotta pretend men are innocent when they're guilty of sin. And like, oh, let's uphold the man. Let's protect the man. From what? That's not to say he didn't have faults. My daddy's mouth was terrible. That's why mine is terrible. I say terrible things because, I got it from my daddy. Mm-hmm. I'm a product of my environment, unfortunately, right? But yeah, so there's that. That's what that is, and that's what's going on. So we done got through that. It's some stuff that's bubbling under. I'm gonna tell y'all this before I go. The Fat Joe stuff. The Fat Joe stuff, I got his I got the lawsuit that he filed against T.A. Dixon for defamation for mentioning about him going with them young girls. And then I got the whole lawsuit from T.A. Dixon against Fat Joe. And it's a big one. So I'm still going through it. Anything that's like real messy, I'll come out with it. But I really do have to take my time and pick through it because it's a lot. It's a lot. And yeah. So that's it for now. And Ashley says she hold her daddy accountable too. Yeah. You know, I learned a whole lot of bad habits from my daddy. Sure did. Mm-hmm. And if I said something to him about it, he just laughed and we laughed together. But, you know, I think that that's got a lot to do with her messed up choices. Like she makes a lot of jacked up choices, like a lot, a whole lot. But anyway, that's it. I want to say a special thank you to Ms. Kaiser Sose for supporting the stream. And to all of you for hitting the like button, commenting, hitting the engagement button and all that good stuff. But y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, please hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every single time we go live on this good channel. All right. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already, because you know we're happy to have you here. And also, if you want to join channel membership and put your crown by your name, hit the join button beneath the video, or what did I do? Or the membership link in the description box. Okay. Also, we have the link for our storefront so you can get your crown gear, represent the royal family. Okay. We got the link for our Amazon storefront so that you can shop for your house just like I shop for mine and all that good stuff. The link for my wish list in case you want to send any new notebooks, pen. Y'all know the notebook come in handy. Don't sleep on the notebook. So if y'all want to help support the channel by doing that, the Amazon wish list is there. The link for my book, Little Girl, Big World, is also in there. It is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. Let's keep all of our daughters safe, nieces and granddaughters too. And also the link for our dream journals are in there, and a couple of other good things. So listen, y'all enjoy the rest of your Thursday. You know we will be back as the gossip permits, even if we have to come back today, okay? But y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, depending on where you are in the country. Remember to be positive, be productive. Remember to encourage others and make sure that you also encourage yourself. And in case no one else says it to you, and remember to join Discord because the link is going to be in the chat as well real quick. But remember, in case no one else says it to you, God loves you, I love you, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all again soon, okay?